Okay.
All right. And TNF, only not Mark ended up for his for or like the little collage of various clips from the Frieza saga before or he delves into the fuck, what was it? Before he delves into Goku versus Frieza is like the first clip he uses is of Frieza before he tries taking out Goku. Oh, and it's exclusively Chris Ayres' voice. And we're live on my end. Hello, ladies and germs. Welcome back to the cast. And oh, what a motley crew we are.
Yes,
By
and
the way,
we are
Alex, you've
live
been
over
live.
on Twitch and Kick. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Mehcast, and oh, what a motley crew we are. Get well soon, Rachel Lillis. She's been diagnosed with breast cancer that has spread to her spine, I believe.
Ugh, that is.
Yeah.
Rachel
I was
Lillis.
prepared for trouble, but not for this.
Rachel Lillis is known primarily for the voices of both Jessie and Misty from Pokemon. And she's also known for the
It's
voice of
amazing.
Princess Charlotte
Yeah.
from Berserk up until after the first Golden Age arc movie, where she was replaced with G.K. Boas.
It's
Hi, Gizmo.
amazing to think that she played both, like one of the female leads and one of the female villains as well, because those are dramatically different in terms of
They are.
character voices and tone.
Hello, Moto.
Hold on.
So Gizmo,
I'll be
Hi,
back.
Gizmo.
how have you been?
Hey!
Haven't heard from you in a while.
Chrono's level increased.
So
Oh.
Alex, you remember how in
Okay.
in Jungle J You remember how in Jungle Japes that Donkey Kong was the only one who could transform into Rambi? And that was the only time we ever
Yes.
saw him? So, Gloomy Galleon is the only place where we get to see Unguard, and it's only in this specific section, and you can only... And Lanky's the only one who can turn into him. Kinda weak sauce. But hey, they can't all be winners. Essentially, press A to speed up, and press B to attack.
So aside from Kevin and myself, who here has seen the first Mission Impossible movie?
I'm sure Gizmo would say yes.
Gizmo?
He said he'll be back.
Okay. Damn it, have you seen the first Mission Impossible movie starring Tom Cruise?
Actually, I haven't.
Ah.
Well, let's just say, if you've seen the show, then the movie gets worse.
Yes. So...
And unfortunately,
I'm,
the thing is that Mission Impossible, the movie, serves as a sequel to the show, so... Yeah.
Yes. And so I'm going to lead us off into a little feature called Creativity Corner, where I am going to attempt to explain how I would fix Mission Impossible, the 1996 film. So, the plot of Mission Impossible involves one Jim Phelps, who was the protagonist and primary team leader throughout we'll say 8 seasons of Mission Impossible on television, and from season 2 of the original series through to the revival series in 1988 to 1990. And he winds up... God damn it!
He winds up, god damn it.
He winds up shooting his own... destroying his own team, which is... You know what? That's incredibly accurate for this right now. Thank you, Marl! Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for... attacking your own teammates to demonstrate this little bit here. Die, you stupid sword bastards. Anyways, so it's notable that Peter Graves, who portrayed the character throughout his time on the television series, turned down the Mission Impossible movie because he despised the script and thought it was quite terrible. And, you know, as a fan of the television series, I am inclined to agree. So, my thoughts on how to fix it. So, the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to change a small amount of the initial field team, because there are also plot issues with the movie as well, and that things just kind of happen. They don't actually have much cause and effect or setup and payoff, depending on how pedantic you want to be about it. So, you know, I'll change that as we go along, and we don't really get a whole lot of time to get to know the IMF team members. So, here's the situation that we're going to be putting on here. Jim Phelps is no longer going to be a field operative. He is instead going to be the head of IMF, aka the IMF's equivalent to M from the James Bond films.
Makes sense.
Yes. After all, he is approximately 65 years old, I think, 66 by the time the movie came out, because he was born in 1929, so he's well past retirement age, and frankly ought to have, you know, back in the Revival series in 1988, they were actually setting it up so that Jim was training a replacement operative to take his place as part of that IMF team, and he wound up having to take on the retake the role of field lead after his apprentice got killed by Q from Star Trek, John Delancey. And so instead, we're going to have, you know, he'll be the one giving out the missions. And hang on. And we're going to change out who the Mission Impossible, or who the IMF traitor is, because it is an interesting premise for there to be a traitor inside IMF who makes everything kind of go a little
horribly
bit
wrong.
awry. So instead, we're going to, and I have to pull this up here. Excuse me. Going to bring back a character by the name of Dan Briggs, who was the original leader of that IMF team, who wound up being removed when his actor, a man by the name of Stephen Hill, because he was unable to shoot night scenes, and after a certain time, and because he was Orthodox Jewish and whatnot, and made, you know, conflicted with the shooting schedule. So, in order to kind of, you know, bring back a little something from the television series, if you feel like you absolutely have to, we might as well bring back a a character who's been off-screen for the last 30-something years, and might actually be realistically have some kind of grudge against the people who took over his whole team. Because his team was essentially handed off to Jim Phelps at the start of Season 1. At the end of Season 1 to Season 2, off-screen. Which is part of the reason why we started with a Season 2 episode, not a Season 1 episode.
Makes sense.
And so we could very easily, since Dan Briggs was a trained assassin in the first season, and could realistically have some kind of grudge against the rest of the IMF organization. He's going to be the one taking things out, and he's going to get into a little confrontation with Mr. Jim Phelps at the end of the movie. Now, we're going to keep the rest of the field team pretty much the same, and we're going to have except, oh god damn it! Oh god damn it! Everything's going to hell because I'm talking about Mission Impossible. Oh, and I'm supposed to be playing a game.
And don't worry about it.
Anyways, okay, so now I need to resurrect my teammates here. Athenian water, please help me. Okay, now I need to... Heck. Or a whirl, please, thank you. Okay. So anyways, yeah, so Ethan Hunt will still be our main character, and he'll be Jim Phelps's new apprentice, as he kind of was in the movie. But he's going to be the IMF leader, and the wife... No, that girl's not his wife. That girl's 40 years younger than Jim, and fuck that shit. So anyway... Ow. So anyways, you know, obviously we're going to have a little bit more, cause and effect, a lot more of smart characters outsmarting each other, and trying to, outsmart each other and things like that, rather than just things happening. And another thing that I'd like to, input, no more, you know, the IMF team that we see at the start, they're the characters we follow throughout. So we're going to have, we're going to have Ving Rhames. We're going to have Tom Cruise. We're going to have Emilio Estevez. All those guys, those are going to be the crew we follow throughout, and they're going to have a little start at the. They're going to have a little thing at the start of the. God damn it! Like a little 20-30 minute sequence at the start of the film where we execute an actual mission that goes correctly. And it's like, oh, no big deal. Well, so we'll go on to the next one, and then they go on to the next one, and things get fucked up. That way, we can establish our heroes as credible. And then when things go wrong, we learn that it's not just I have a feeling I'm gonna... Where's my save states here? I would have sworn I beat this guy last time.
Yeah. Meanwhile, this guy is going to give me a lot of trouble. Goddamn seal.
Well, anyways, yeah. And, you know, tighter comedy throughout. So if you're going to have gags, you need to not, make them take forever. That kind of thing.
Yeah. Because there were a couple of those throughout the movie.
Yeah.
And So, so yeah, this does sound like a really good idea.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, like I don't have any problem with Ethan Hunt as a character. In fact, I actually kind of like him. It's just a shame that the first two Mission
Tom.
Impossible movies were fucking ass.
And we gotta follow the second one, which showcases that, which really wants to remind us that Tom Cruise is well endowed down south.
And I'm gonna have to completely mute the audio track for the opening sequence rather than just bringing it down to rather than just bringing it down to absolute
seal.
minimum, because well, to be perfectly frank here, that's the fucking song that Lars Ulrich beat the ever-loving shit out of LimeWire for, I believe it was, or it might have been in the other one. But yeah. So you'll be treated to me obliterating my wah pedal as I attempt to do my best Kirk Hammett impression.
Oh, hold on a sec. And Ben is trying to chat, and I am not going to talk to him. Anyway, so
Yeah, anybody else have any suggestions that they'd like to add into this? Gizmo, have you seen Mission Impossible 1?
Mm-mm.
Really? That's a surprise. You know, considering
I saw 3.
Oh, okay.
You know, considering how much of a like,
oh god damn it,
like, you know, old school connoisseur or like yourself.
I'm
Well,
more
if
of
I
a
would have
James
assumed
Bond.
you.
I'm more of a James Bond guy.
That's fair.
I like Ethan Hunt and everything. It's cool that he's doing his own stunts, but I mean, he's literally doing what a lot of guys are already doing, and that are actually in a secret service of some sort. Jumping through windows, riding helicopters by the blade and shit.
Summoning Exodia.
Sure.
So tell me something.
No.
tell me.
Okay then.
Oh, you'll find out. I'm about to summon it.
So has anybody listened to the new Motley Crue song?
Nope.
Nope. I don't
Nope.
listen. I don't listen to Motley Crue.
You don't listen to
Okay,
rock.
so this is the first song that Motley Crue has released since they fired the previous guitarist, Mick Mars. And you know what? John 5 is alright on the guitar, but here's the thing. This is the most repetitive set of lyrics I've ever fucking heard. Like, I don't know how many times I can hear Vince Neil, he'll say, "Don't let those bastards keep you down," before it starts getting on my nerves, you know?
The fuck?
I can imagine.
Yeah.
And I don't want to know how much time it took for the sound engineer here to get him to actually sing a verse on key, you know, without losing his breath.
So Damon, how do you feel about Gloomy Galleon?
It's a pretty good area.
I feel like it's just, you know, obligatory water level.
Yeah.
Now I'm starting to sound like Fran.
Again?
Every so like here we go again.
And it's not even at the worst yet.
Nope.
Oh, but we'll get there.
That's in Fungi Forest.
Yep.
Super Ben Page says, I bring a Death Battle fun fact. According to the crew, during the last Fireside Chat, Jason versus Michael Myers was going to be live action, but the production company that was going to make it bailed on them at the last minute. I thought we talked about this during the video.
Yeah, we literally talked about that during that same episode when it was playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes me wonder how the progress is going for Wile E.
Devil
Coyote
Artemis had to rush through the animation while living in a tornado zone.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah.
I swear.
Wait, he did Jason versus Michael?
Apparently.
Yep.
It doesn't look like that. It doesn't look that rush, honestly.
Yeah, in terms of visuals, it wasn't the worst episode they did that season.
Yeah, it's like
there was a little bit of jank here and there, but it was overall.
But, yeah.
I think that was just because of how they interpreted the two killers.
Ben says we didn't. This is all new info. We were speculating during our reaction. Okay. But the crew has officially confirmed it. And yeah, Devil Artemis did a good job despite the issues.
Get the fuck out of bed, bitch, go.
So yeah. And yeah, speaking of which it would appear that Death Battle is not dead after all.
Yeah, fuck off with your negativity.
I mean, that's okay. I wouldn't have been too happy or sad either way, considering it. But you know, it's an alright show. It's worth a couple of minutes.
It's been more than alright, honestly, considering nobody else has done it or even tried.
Well, then then you have like who we had a brief discussion about that at
Well, look. When Deadliest Warrior came out, there have been people that have been trying to make the next Deadliest Warrior. When the final episode came out and it was officially canceled, people tried to do things like pitting the losers up against each other, but all that was just stat comparisons, not even talking. They're just comparing stats and only claiming that they had their own algorithm. Shut the fuck up. And there's another one called Deadliest Fictional Warrior, which I'm not gonna lie, was really cringe. Very, very,
the
very.
One
very
where they
cringe.
did the zombie thing.
Deadliest Warrior, yes. Fictional Deadliest Warrior, no.
Okay.
Yeah, Deadliest Warrior. The very, very last episode they ever did was zombies versus vampires.
Yeah, that was fucking stupid.
I actually could have seen some potential with that, but the thing is, Spike, come on, you're not Discovery, you're not BBC.
The Discovery Channel shouldn't have been doing that shit either, to be perfectly fair. But yeah.
No, this was, but this was Spike TV, not Discovery Channel.
I'm just saying, and like Discovery Channel shouldn't be, Discovery and History shouldn't be doing shit like that either.
Right, but what I'm saying is that if they had the budget of Discovery Channel, then maybe they could have done something with it. But all they did was like
you're talking about in terms of the
in terms of budget, because
budget, yeah.
Yeah, they could have had something there, but it was just the boring old like 5 versus a horde. No, or was it 3 versus a horde? I don't care. I didn't like that. I thought it was cool in concept, but it was horse shit in execution.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then the wannabes tried to pop up on YouTube. Deadliest Fictional Warrior, and then people trying to like.
The thing that I liked the best
Like-
was like Bat in the Sun, because they never pretended to be like legit research. They were always just like about the choreography, you know. They were about
Who?
Making the fight cool.
Who?
Bat in the Sun.
I don't know what that is.
Oh. So Bat in the Sun did they're the guys who did the it was White Ranger versus Scorpion.
Oh, those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, comic book beatdown.
Yeah, comic book beatdown. Yeah.
No, I wasn't into that either.
I don't know. I
like the fights, but every time they do one, it's always just by vote, and that didn't really sit well with me. It was like, oh, like 16% of people said Sub-Zero, but then 75% said Godzilla. It's like, oh, okay, but no. Like, you're just going around a con asking random normies, and like, come on. And only very rarely do they go to the experts. Like, okay, this is just for fun. This is votes after all, but at the same time, it's votes. It's like if they were to do the same thing with Goku versus Superman, they would have been like, "Oh, I like Goku better. So he wins." No, screw you. I ain't watching. I like him better, so he wins. Batman versus Spider-Man. I like Batman, so he wins. No, screw
it. Yeah.
Casey Jones versus Kick-Ass. I like Kick-Ass better, so he wins. Fuck off. You know, it just never sat well with me. That's why I was stuck with Death Battle. If someone could actually do... If someone could actually make something...
Okay. Skyward Strike! There we go.
Here we are.
The boss is fucking dead.
Here we are slowly bearing witness to Alex's descent into madness.
Okay. Ben says IGN made a show called Like Superpower Beatdown, and it was awesome. They only did 6 episodes. One is lost forever, and one is incomplete as both endings are lost. That's amazing.
What's it called?
Ignorant without IGN.
What's it called, though?
Good question. By the way, have you seen the news about the new Batman movie that's coming out soon? In the
we're doing news.
1940s period piece?
No, we're doing news now.
Oh no, we're not doing news.
No.
This is just a pop culture thing.
No then.
So
yeah, they're making a 40s Batman.
1940s Batman.
Yeah, 1940s Batman. They've got the old. Yeah, I definitely did this before. I guess I just didn't save. But yeah, they're doing like an old. Yeah, so apparently it was called Ultimate Fan Fights on their side channel. Yeah, like Harley Quinn is going to be the major antagonist apparently, and she's going to be sort of a trickster psychiatrist character.
Asian.
Well, yeah,
Asian.
Here's the thing, I couldn't tell that she was Asian based on the design until they put her in the yellow clown costume.
Fuck Asian.
But yeah, no, I don't know.
No, thank you.
Listen, and like the Batman costume looks pretty good. The other stuff they're doing doesn't look too bad. I'm interested in seeing what it turns out like, because it could be terrible, but I'm looking back on a wall full of terrible things, and if it's a 5 out of 10, we'll at least be better than Justice League Dark Apocalypse War.
That's low-hanging fruit, and you know it.
Or Batman Hush. Or Wonder Woman
Fuck
Bloodlines.
you. Fuck you on that Hush.
No, the movie.
Yes.
The comic was good. The movie was not.
Yeah, the movie was
the
shit.
Flashpoint Paradox.
Oh, yeah.
Better than Bad Blood.
Yeah.
Better than the original Justice League Dark or Suicide Squad Hell to pay. Not hard to... Oh, better than Injustice or Superman Red Sun.
Superman Red Sun was actually kind of good.
Suicide
The
Squad.
motion comic is better.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hey, as somebody who watched the motion comic back in the day, hey, and unfortunately had his order for the Blu-ray version of the motion comic canceled, I have to say that yeah, the motion comic is excellent.
Also, they had David Lodge as Russian Superman.
That movie was full of great performances, the motion comic. In fact, you know what they should have
Oh,
done? They should have
and,
just made actual animation for it.
Oh, and Kirk Thornton voiced Russian Batman. Before he would go on to voice Batman of Shanghai. I'm not kidding about that, by the way.
I don't see how that's a I'm not kidding moment.
No. It's just like it sound like the concept of Batman in Shanghai Batman and sounds a bit silly.
It's not. It's already been a thing.
No, it's just to some people who don't know.
But it happened.
As with a lot of things.
If you mention Venom,
I did all of this last time, and what the fuck happened?
If you mention Venom ever teaming up with Spider-Man and you pull off an I'm not kidding card, I'll throw you.
No, a lot of people know that they've teamed up.
Frog's badge from him.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Gizmo. More people would be expecting Spider-Man to team up with Venom than they would expect Batman from Shanghai.
He's traveled literally everywhere as the Batman.
Yeah, so
of course, being in Shanghai is not that far-fetched.
I would have sworn I saved this.
He's been in Japan as Batman, as well as Africa, Canada, Mexico, as well as every made-up country DC's ever made.
You know what we need, Gizmo? We need it. If there is ever an adaptation of Batman going to Africa, we need Toto's Africa playing.
And not that shitty remix by Pitbull that played during Aquaman.
It's gonna take a lot to drag me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men no more could ever do. I bless the rains down in Africa. Gonna take some time to do the things we never had.
Well, anyways. Seeking the Dreamstone. Yeah, Melchior's cabin.
Where'd my ears go? Oh, there they are.
Ayla's village. I've done all this before. How did I... When did...
Anyway, so... The creative corner. Now, this could apply to just about any movie, right, Alex?
Huh? Oh, yeah, anything you think you could improve. In fact, I was kind of hoping that we could, like, bounce it back and forth between us, but since you and I are the only ones here who have seen Mission Impossible 1, I don't know, do you have anything you'd want to add to,
No, not really. I was going... What the hell are you singing? Gizmo?
I'm singing Shut Up, You Smell Like Corn.
What?
What?
I'm not sure what to make of that.
Okay, then. Anyway,
what kind of corn?
The one you eat the long way.
Hot on the Frog. Senator Mountains, Middle Ages.
Hey, Digi-Lizzy, how does it feel to eat corn the long way in secret?
Well, anyways, I had something else I wanted to talk about, but I guess we're going
Porn?
to move
Okay,
on.
go ahead.
Hey,
Briefly.
Alex, since you've seen the Apocalypse War, tell me, how would you improve on the worst DC animated movie universe film?
Right, so
Sex.
I'm going to hit Control A on the script, and then Control X. Now I'm going to
Eh.
write something different.
Hey, Ben, what do you plan on writing? Because you've already
Before
seen my.
time began, there was.
God damn it!
It was noun in the adjective and the adjective with the noun and adverb, but the adjective.
So
God damn it!
anyways,
Now you're.
we're going to start off in a little place called Krypton, and a scientist named Jor-El is he is finding out
Alex,
through seismic readings that the planet will explode within a year.
Alex, I'm. What does this have to do with Apocalypse War?
Ah!
It has everything to do with DC.
I was talking about just that movie.
Try to relax your anus.
So anyways, Jor-El takes his findings to the Council of
Your
Krypton,
shoulders!
and he is denied he is denied evacuating the planet.
Not sit
then-
down.
And then General Zod comes in and overthrows the Council of Krypton, and they have a little back
Alex,
and forth.
this is just the
and,
plot of Man of Steel.
Yes, yeah. I was wondering when you were going to catch on to that.
Why are you doing a Man of Steel instead of the Apocalypse War?
Why is he doing a
because-
good movie?
Because I said I'd write something better.
It's not even yours.
No, I know. I'm
You'll
aware.
have to
I'm
work
taking.
with the tools
Superman
that
doesn't
you
have a proper origin story in the DCAMU. I'm just making sure we're having a little flashback episode. I know it comes after he's died and come back to life, but still. Okay, if you want me to do something completely serious, okay.
Yes,
So-
please, completely serious.
Okay, hey, so, you remember,
My really
there's
long,
there's a movie
100
called
page.
Superman Batman Battle of the Super Sons.
Yeah.
We're essentially going to do that, but 2D.
Okay.
You know,
But the thing
but
is,
we're going to
we'd
do
have
it with Connor and Damian, because Jonathan hasn't been born yet, and we just need to.
Superman. Yeah, and Superman and
we'll
Lois.
have ourselves a little bit of some bonding moments between Superman and Superboy, where they get to know each other and do things, do hero things, shit like that.
Question.
Had basically everything they didn't get to do together in fucking Young Justice.
Except with
Yes.
a good version of Superboy and not,
And not drug addict
Well-
Superboy.
No, he's not drug addict Superboy. He is. Oh. He is Wharf Superboy.
Yeah.
That is his own, because that is Young Justice Superboy's only purpose in life, to be the Wharf. Hey, by the way, I have a suggestion. Could we break up Damian and Raven?
Oh yeah, abso-fucking-lutely. Yeah, that
Are
ship
they
was
not-
that ship was fucking retarded from day one.
So I'm guessing Raven just decide.
This
I'd
is
be
going
like,
to be
you know what-
treated with exactly the same level of whatever the fuck as breaking up Superman and Wonder Woman was. It's going to happen off screen, and there's a new relationship now.
Why would you acknowledge it in the
And-
first place?
And
That's
that new
it.
relationship
Basically
is
not. Okay. Okay, so so Damian and
yeah.
I'm trying to come up with a because I don't want to sound like a broken record and start off with Raven, but like where do I fucking put Damien?
I mean, they could both just be chilling at Titan's
Cassie.
Tower.
He's
How about he's
Dark Knight
depressed? at
Returns,
Titan's
Robin.
Tower?
Him and her are getting down. No, and that's what we're gonna do. And
Carrie Kelly. Carrie Kelly is
Kelly.
who you're thinking of.
I don't know why I said Cassie. Cassie's somebody
You're thinking
else.
Wonder Girl. Which, by the way, Donna Troy just joined the Titans in that universe.
Yeah, that made sense.
How about you just have a depressed Damian Wayne, and he's like very disheveled and it looks like he hasn't eaten in days because of how depressed he is, losing his teammates, and his sword is all rusted and it's like chipped.
When did we let Ryan Johnson into this call?
You're saying you wouldn't losing all your teammates like that?
No.
Like, what? No, we're deleting Apocalypse War and doing something different.
Yeah.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah,
How about
because
you put
Apocalypse
Damian-
War is shit.
Okay then. Put Damian
Yeah.
Wayne in the Titan's Tower. He's disheveled. Oh, wait a minute.
No, it's like Damien. Why don't we just have... you know what, Alex? Why don't we just make this into a part Super Sons, part Titans movie?
Sure. Yeah, you could do that. You could introduce Miss Martian, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, but it'd be mainly focused on Connor and Damien.
Oh yeah, no, it's just, if you don't prepare a straight relationship for a character, Tumblr will gayify them, and even if you do, Tumblr will still gayify them anyways.
They could have already been straight to begin with, and they'll still gayify them.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're not talking about Tumblr then. You're talking about Marvel.
And the thing is...
Okay.
Fuck
'Cause that
them
was-
for what they did to
because they
Iceman.
Okay,
They
Alex.
fucking fucked up Iceman.
Away.
My fucking second favorite X-Man, you piece of shit, Marvel. You fucked up Iceman.
So, Alex, would a certain changeling be the one that ends up with Raven, according to this?
Oh yeah, I thought you'd never fucking guess.
Because, come on, let's be realistic here.
That was why I was trying not to lead with that, because we're getting predictable in that regard.
Yeah, we are predictable. But here's the thing, even in other people I've talked to about this say, yes, they should have been... Beast Boy and Raven should have been a thing.
Yeah,
And it's just like, yeah.
Well, DC editorial made the decision to break up Robin and Starfire into, Dick and Starfire, and because Robin, and as a title, has changed several times, and seriously not save, and now I'm gonna have to go back and redo like 3 whole hours of gameplay. Now, whatever. Anyways,
So yeah, we may be predictable, but at the very least, we're not.
They took Starfire and had her bang all of Dick's teammates, and then they I think that was after they had Dick go to Barbara Gordon after she'd been paralyzed and bang her silly, and then hand her an invitation to his and Corey's wedding.
I have many questions.
I don't have any answers for it.
Because
the thing is, I distinctly remember reading this comic
down there.
Yeah,
but Barbara can't feel anything. So what's the use of
No,
having
she
sex
can't
with her?
walk. That's the difference. She can't walk. There's a difference.
She was shot in the spine.
Yeah, I was gonna
Walk.
say she has a spinal injury. You know, like that.
No, she just can't walk. There's a difference. There's a difference between I can't feel nothing and I can't walk.
Well, I mean, like she has the spinal injuries cause like issues with sensation in like the legs and things like that too. So it is like it's a valid question. It's like Jesus fucking Christ, guys, like.
Right, but
Like,
again, there's this
why did you
comic book
do
we're talking about.
what you did? Why do you do?
Fair, but you forget this is comics we're talking about.
I mean, yeah.
So yeah, she could have felt something.
No, yeah, I'm not saying she couldn't. It's like,
Oh God, guys, I'm feeling a little tipsy here. Look at that. Man,
Yep.
Chucky's feeling a little punch drunk right now. I gotta navigate.
I'm feeling sick.
Oh God.
Yep.
You know,
Chunky
those,
seasick.
those fuckers at the TMZ are just. And now we're sober.
Yep.
I have no idea where I was going with that.
Oh God.
yeah,
And
this
sadly,
is
it's the
this
only
is
one
part of
in
the
the
reason
game.
why I have a policy of no retcons. Just don't do retcons, especially
Yeah.
not with stuff like that. Because you know what, people aren't gonna like you.
And here's the
You-
thing.
if you make one of the beloved main characters into an asshole who cheats on his girlfriend and invites his paralyzed ex to his wedding after he fucks her, like people aren't gonna dislike the character for that. They're gonna dislike you. Like this is
Yeah.
and this is the thing.
Yeah,
this is the thing that we always come back to with like The Last Jedi, right? Like people aren't gonna see what happens with people aren't gonna see what happens with Jake Skywalker in that movie. He has like expanding on the flaws of the character of Luke Skywalker or from the original trilogy. They're going to see that as the mind of a diseased creative attempting to fuck up a beloved franchise and make everything into something that, you know, briefly he's something that he'll be able to profit off of either in terms of career or just, you know, monetarily. You know, that kind of thing. And like at some point it feels like the creative is shitting on the character more than it is the creative using the character for a story, you know? Well, it's bullshit. And this is a thing that goes on in comics all the time, where different aspects of different characters are betrayed either in terms of adaptation or in terms of their right here. Get back in time. Either in terms of adaptation or in terms of you know, putting out just bad fucking stories, you know? At the end of the day, you have to try and make sure, and this is something that a lot of people don't do, you have to try and make sure that your stuff, for lack of a better word, isn't the thing. You have to maintain a certain amount of willing suspension of disbelief, otherwise you're not going to be able to get the readers or the audience to engage. And once you lose that engagement, it's gone for good. Like, people will just relentlessly mock you. And This is part of the reason why stuff like that winds up becoming such a fucking laughing stock. It's like fucking
motherfucking.
One More Day, you know?
Could have been a good story.
Could have been.
You know, having with No Way Home existing, yes, but also like everything that led up to that was a mistake. Civil War was a mistake. The you know, Aunt May getting shot was a mistake. The amount of contrivance that people had to go to make it so that Aunt May absolutely could not be healed in any way except by making a deal with the literal devil was a mistake.
Oh, you're talking about
One More Day.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about MCU Spider-Man. For some reason.
No. I said No Way Home actually. No Way Home did it. No Way Home
Did it
changed
better?
everything possible about that particular storyline and came out with something that was actually remotely good.
Which is surprising given how much you hate MCU Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like seriously. Yeah, I know you well enough to be like, yeah, I like this movie, but I know Alex is gonna hate it. But then you're like, no, this is actually really good. And
You're
I'm like,
outnumbered.
oh, that's...
We just beat 12 of them.
So, the concept of this would actually feel like this would be the third Titans movie that was promised by the DC AMU. Oh, because Alex, you and I talked about this, I believe, during our Judas contract commentary. There was initially going to be the promise of a third DCAMU Titans movie. Where Blackfire tries to invade Earth and whatnot. But that never saw the light of day. Don't ask me why. So if we'd be going with the logic of the Titan, with the 03 Titans series, then Kari Walgren would voice both Starfire and Blackfire in that instance.
Yeah.
Thus our cast would mostly be limited to Stuart Allen, Cameron Monaghan, and yes, Monaghan was Superboy in the Reign of the Superman movie.
Yeah.
It was actually pretty all right.
By the way, if we're changing things about the DCAMU, Reign of the Superman needs to be a trilogy because it's supposed to be Death of Superman, Reign of the Superman, and Return of Superman, right?
Oh, okay, yeah. You know what? We might as well. Yeah, we might.
But if we're changing things, if we're going back that far, let's go back to the very beginning. Each character gets an origin movie before we start the fucking Justice League.
So
we don't literally do Justice League as the second movie.
So we get a Superman movie, a Batman movie, a Wonder Woman, and Green Lantern. I am not sure if we should have Cyborg on our team.
No,
put him on the Teen Titans and make like have him. We're going to take his voice actor from the Teen Titans show, right? And
Kari Payton.
We're going to put Kari Payton in a Teen Titans movie, along with the cast of the animated series in slightly more realistic outfits. Okay.
You do realize that would mean we'd have to dignify Tara Strong's Raven, right?
Why are
That's
you
fine.
saying it like that? Why are you saying it like that?
Because I don't like Tara Strong.
Okay, you don't like most of the English cast. We kind of got that already.
No, that's not the issue.
Oh, let
Because
me
Tara,
rephrase that. You don't like most dub actors and actresses. We kind of got that too.
No.
dude,
So, no,
I
this
watch
is
most of my anime
it's more about
English.
yeah, it's more about like
It's
I
more
like
about the
Tara
fact that
I like
she's a
Tara Strong as a
goddamn
voice
whack
actress,
job.
but she is a little bit out there.
Yeah, I still smash.
I
Okay, whatever you say, buddy.
That's fair. I've seen her in the Harley Quinn outfit.
I'm
She
also
at least
saying that-
anyway. Hey, so for cast alteration, and obviously my boy Gar would be voiced by Bryce Papenbrook.
No, go away. I mean, cool.
Good choice.
I'm
a lot of
surprised
people
you didn't say
actually,
Greg Sipes.
funnily enough, a lot of people actually say that he should be voiced by Bryce Papenbrook, and I'm like, funny you say that. He's been my headcanon voice for Gar over quite some time now. Like he just has. Like, I base that mostly off of his performance as Masaomi Kita from Durarara. Which, by the way, that show's dub is really good. Like, everybody in that cast kind of knocked it out of the park. We had Daryl Gilbo, who's really good as Mikado. Oh, then there's Johnny Young Bosch, who plays Izaya Orihara. Whom... he's such a scumbag.
Johnny Young Bosch.
No, Izaya.
Mm,
Or I'm sorry, I gotta do my best Crispin Freeman voice.
no.
Izaya. Crispin Freeman voices the character Shizuo Heiwajima.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
Oh yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
and like most of his performances, he's exceptional. Funnily enough, Crispin Freeman actually looks like Shizuo.
That's
Like somebody
impressive.
actually posted a picture of themselves cosplaying as Shizuo. At a convention with Crispin Freeman attending, and he happened to be wearing a similar outfit, and I'm like, who's the cosplayer here? Because I can't tell. Damn it. It's there was a funny bit where someone asked Crispin Freeman at a convention, like, hey, could you do a bit where he proposes to Shizuo as like a joke? He's like, damn it. Will you
By the way, did you guys see that there is apparently a tool that will decompile and port most N64 games?
No.
Yeah, I have.
Interesting.
It looks really neat. I'm interested to see what the guys behind Ship of Arcanian will do with it.
Anyway, and Michelle Ruff, of course, is also A plus, and yeah, Bryce Papenbrook, as I mentioned, is a really good Masomi. Masomi is kind of this character who comes off as a very comedic guy. He's fun to be around, and often refers to Henri Sonohara, which is Michelle Ruff's character in the show, as Boobylicious.
Hmm.
So, in other words, based. Of course, Masomi kind of hides behind that comedic facade, as he's been involved in quite a bit of dark stuff. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Durara. And meanwhile, Patrick Seitz voices a Black Russian sushi chef. I wish I could be making this up as I go along.
Okay.
And the thing is like, he commented on this character saying the character's name is Simon Brezhnov. And he commented saying like he's played black characters and Russian characters, but never both at the same time. So that was kind of interesting. Wouldn't you agree, Damon? Damon?
Well, I don't really have much of an opinion on that, so sorry.
Ah,
But what are your thoughts, dude? What are your thoughts?
I get it, Gizmo. I ask a lot of repetitive questions very often.
But what are your thoughts?
Anyway. Hey, so
Try to
yeah,
relax
and
your
as for
anus.
Raven, then I'd cast Lauren Landa, based partially on her performance as Annie from Attack on Titan.
Good idea.
She does sound at least young enough to voice a teenage character. Or at the same time, she does. At the same time, she could also portray the fact that Raven is not exactly capable of, feeling too much. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And Cyborg obviously would still be Carrie Payton, and because I can't say no to that voice. Like, I know Alex likes Shamar more as an actor. But I do know that he is that he's more into the cyborg voice from the O3 show. Isn't that right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, as for Nightwing, I'd still keep his DCAMU actor because Sean Mayer is actually kind of who I imagined as Nightwing's voice. And for Connor, you guys know that Vic Mignogna is my headcanon voice for him.
Nice.
That would be an interesting casting choice if they did it in the actual movies, but
Yeah. Stuart Allen would still be Damien. And since I haven't really seen many who could do it better than he can. Now, as for Starfire, I like both Kari Walgren and Hinden Walsh both. Right, equally in this. It's hard for me to decide. Like, they're both really good.
Yeah.
Like, Kari does a really good adult Starfire, but then and Hinden Walsh does a good, like, teenage version.
Yeah, definitely.
So ultimately, like, Kari would be the adult on Starfire. What do you think, Alex?
yeah.
So if
Good
we were to
idea.
have Donna Troy, she'd be Carrie Russell, the voice of Wonder Woman from the 2009 movie.
That sounds like a good idea.
Roy Harper, meanwhile, would obviously be Crispin Freeman. I mean, he was good in Young
It's
Justice, so why?
Yeah, I was gonna
why
say, it's
not?
amazing how he voiced 3 different characters in Young Justice, and all of them were vocally distinct. Meanwhile, Nolan North also voiced 3 characters, and they all either sounded the same or so dramatically different that they were terrible. Like, his Superman starts off great and gets worse.
Which is a damn shame, too.
Yeah.
Because Nolan North's a great actor and whatnot.
He did a great Superman voice, too. It's just it turned into Grandpa's Superman after a while.
No wonder he was cast as Jor-El in the Super Sons movie. Anyway. So for Wonder Girl, obviously, Cassie Sandsmark would be Sharmie Lay.
That is a good
Yeah.
casting choice.
Like, Sharmie, though she sounds very high-pitched, she also has that tomboyish energy that I'm looking for with this character.
Yeah, she could pull it off.
And she could also pull off Cassie's cocky attitude. Anyway, Alex, what about our justice?
What do you mean?
What?
You know, the league that may or may not be fighting for truth,
the Justice League.
and
Well, I mean, if we'll just take because we didn't get enough of them back in their prime, we're just going to take the Justice League from Justice League the Animated Series and Justice League Unlimited, and we're going to copy them and we're going to put them in there, and then we're just going to make,
are we sure we want to do that Justice League?
Kevin Conroy did not get enough roles as Batman.
Yeah, but
We also need an opportunity here for him to not be involved with Barbara Gordon.
Fuck.
I mean, I get that because Batcest is not okay.
That's not Batcest, but it was still awkward nonetheless.
No, that's what fans call it.
Yeah, that's the ship name. I know it's fucking weird.
Makes no sense.
No, it doesn't, but, you know.
It would have made more sense if Barbara was the actual daughter of Batman, but she's not.
Okay, but I'd honestly, it'd want to have the and okay, but for like the Titan, and going back to the Titans for a bit, Wally would still be voiced by Jason Spizek.
Yep.
Who also did a really good job as the character. A little better than Rosenbaum did for Kid Flash in the Teen Titans 03 series, because he did not change his voice at all for that.
Why would you?
I mean, it was supposed to be Wally as well, so.
But the thing is like, he sounds the same despite being much younger.
Okay.
That's the issue I kind of took with that.
I can
there's a lot of characters
can
that
see
sound
why
the
you'd
same.
say that, but I wouldn't necessarily say it was that big of an issue. But yeah.
It's only a minor issue. Otherwise, he did pretty solid as Kid Flash. And it's just not my personal. Not my personal. I'll go to for or that particular age for Wally. And though now, as for the Justice League, Superman, obviously George Newbern, because he's my headcanon Superman voice. It's like the voice you hear when It's like the voice I hear whenever
What not
or
Lance
I read off.
Bass?
I'm not going to dignify that with a response.
Uh-huh.
So yeah. Batman, and since we can't have the great Kevin Conroy,
Because cancer has to be a bitch.
Well, not
Yes,
anymore. Back when they were doing the DCAMU originally, we'd be able to.
yeah, we'd probably be able to, but I would probably want to give Roger Craig Smith another go.
You know what?
However-
That's a good idea. In fact, Roger Craig Smith is... I think we might have talked about this before, but Roger Craig Smith is coming back as Batman in another Arkham VR game.
Which is
Yay!
good.
I mean, it's great that he's
'Cause
coming back, but like Arkham
Roger-
Why,
VR, seriously?
Roger needs
The
to play
first one wasn't
Batman
that
more.
It could have been worse. He could have announced the Joker as a playable character in multiverses.
Oh boy,
As
yeah.
opposed to anyone else.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you bringing that up because yeah, that was. Oh, and Mark Hamill keeps going back on him saying that he's not going to be voicing Joker.
Well, no,
Or-
like
Yeah, I
here's
was
the
gonna
thing
say
about
that's not
that.
exactly what was going on there, but yeah.
I know. I'm just saying. I know. I'm just saying. It's like it feels like it feels like K-Wing said it best. It's like Mark Hamill keeps going back and forth on himself wanting to play Joker to the point where it's like he might as well be a politician.
It's not that he
run for office.
It's not that he doesn't want to play the Joker. It's just that it doesn't feel right playing the Joker without Kevin Conroy.
I know.
And because Kevin Conroy was in multiverses, that gave him the opportunity to work with him again. And now with him dead, unfortunately, Mark Hamill probably just finished the lines and said, "Yeah, that's it. I'm done. That's all I'm going to record."
Yeah.
And the thing is like Mark Hamill himself, not only is a whack job.
Also,
but
remember contracts.
Yeah.
But look at do you guys remember back when Hamill charged an absurd amount for?
Oh yeah, what was that? Like $200 for an autograph? Jesus Christ.
400.
Or an autograph.
Yeah.
Not even like a signed piece of memorabilia from his movie set, just an autograph.
Yeah, it's like the bigger the thing that you wanted signed, and the more you had to pay too. It was like,
which kind of makes sense, but even then, still, what, $400?
Yeah, Hamill is
like, dude, I understand.
Individual.
I understand, and that like if people pay for it, but at some point, like going over a certain amount of money is like that's too damn much.
And at a certain point, he's going to go.
Want to know how much my Blu-ray for Gurren Lagann cost?
$1 trillion, billion, trillion dollars.
No, it costed less than I would have had to pay for an autograph with Mark Hamill.
Yeah,
The fact he gave us Curious Snow.
Yeah, no, seriously, that's
He eventually has to go to areas where people don't have that much money to begin with.
Yeah,
and have to lower the price.
As somebody once said, that's a lot of money to pay to get anybody to sign something.
Like no voice actor I have ever met at a convention has ever charged above $100 for an autograph.
Voice actors are different though; they're not Hollywood.
Yeah,
actors.
but
well, I would.
Yeah,
yeah,
but
now I understand. Like we'll say it's like, well, this isn't just any voice actor. This is like the star of the most important science
sci-fi
fiction franchise of all time.
out
This is like
right,
the
and
definitive
Hollywood,
voice of
and
Yeah,
Hollywood,
but
the Joker.
and basically,
You know?
yeah, basically Hollywood actors are treated with more respect, unfortunately, than voice actors.
yeah, but Mark
Yeah.
Hamill
To the point
is charging for
point-
like the price of a PlayStation 5.
Right, but that's what I'm saying though, because
Oh,
he's
yeah.
got more respect in the as a Hollywood star. He's of course he's going to get away with it. But if you were to say have I don't know, Vic Mignogna charge that much, no one's going to come to him.
Well, no.
Oh,
he
but
would-
Mark Hamill. Oh, he's in Star Wars. He's in Hollywood. Yeah, I can charge $500. I can pay him $500. That no problem. Oh, this guy he only voiced in cartoons. $500. What did you do besides use your voice? You didn't move around. You didn't show up on camera. You didn't go to one movie or more. Put it up my butt. $500 ain't worth it. That's the mindset. And it definitely shows with how much voice actors are getting paid as opposed to actors.
Yeah. But that still doesn't justify it at all.
I'm not just saying it just justifies. I'm just saying it just shows what
I know.
the mindset is.
I know what you're saying. It's just
Yeah.
like
Crazy
just
fucking
because
people.
that may be, I get that, but at the same time, that doesn't justify it.
Oh yeah.
That makes it extremely absurd, and it feels like Hamill is incredibly desperate.
I want to know how
And
much other actors, because of his stature, are charging.
I'm sure not as much.
Because there are some actors who won't sign something for less than $100, and I still think that's outrageous. Like, I'm not.
And then there are people who just refuse to give autographs. Period.
Yeah.
I understand not giving it. I actually understand that more than just refusing
Some
to.
people
Like,
refuse. I think after a point, it's like how Eddie Van Halen stopped throwing his guitar picks out into the crowd. Notice because like people were getting into fights over them, and then selling them for hundreds of dollars on eBay.
Yeah.
And things like that, and so he just started charging. I think it was like $50 or $60 for each pick on his website.
That's hilarious.
And then that actually meant that people would just buy them off the website rather than getting into fucking fist fights over them at shows.
Well,
Cock.
So anyways,
anyway, back to our creative corner.
well, Gizmo, do you have any movies or TV shows you'd want to try and rewrite?
Not at the moment, no.
What about you, Damon?
I don't really have any, so
I mean, I have more that I'd like to do, but they're particularly complicated, some of these.
oh, okay.
One of them involves and one of them happens to involve Mark Hamill and a certain writer-director not being allowed back in Hollywood.
Mark Hamill needs to stop like voice acting. Period.
Well,
At
Mark
this
Hamill
point,
needs to stop going online. Like him and
Well,
George Takei both need to get offline. 'Cause
Yep,
it doesn't benefit
it's a
them in any
mental
way.
illness.
Nope.
no, but for real, I mean it though. Like he should really stop voice acting, especially the Joker, because if you saw the multiverses trailer for the Joker, it really sounds like Mark Hamill was on his last legs, voice acting anything. The Joker laugh is not as iconic as it used to be because of how old he is. I think he's struggling
So
even
it's
make it
So you're
south.
Possibly.
saying-
I mean, I saw a clip from The Simpsons recently, and what's his name? The
Was it a
Dan
re?
guy who
Castellaneta?
voices Mr. Burns sounds.
Harry Shearer.
Yeah, Harry Shearer sounds like he sounds even more. He sounds even more even rougher than Burns is supposed to. You know.
I mean, you could argue that's supposed to fit with the character, with him being old, the character being old as Sin, but
Literally.
but Mark Hamill is a lot more. Mark Hamill is a lot more noticeable because, in my opinion, I think the best time he ever voiced the Joker was when he was in Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker, because I think
Oh
that
yeah,
was
definitely.
That
was
was a
that was
hell of
the-
a performance there.
that was
Yeah,
the
that was-
best Joker performance ever, especially when especially when he had the transformation sequence of Tim Drake
Tim.
turning into the Joker.
Yeah, that was that was probably de facto his best performance as the Joker, period.
Yeah, you can tell he had to dig deep for that laugh. And now it's like the Justice League, yeah, he's still got the same energy. Static, yeah, okay, the same energy. But then it's
I
like
love-
everything afterwards is him struggling. Like in Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, Arkham Knight, you can tell. Yeah, you can tell he's struggling very, very, very much, and he's only voicing the Joker because Kevin Conroy's there.
I really don't ever want to hear him as Skeletor ever again.
Ugh,
That
don't
The
was
funny
tempt
thing
me.
is,
I actually don't mind the Skeletor. The thing is, though, I shouldn't have to not mind Skeletor. I should love Skeletor.
yeah.
I shouldn't have to say, "Oh yeah, that's an alright Skeletor." No, I should be able to say, "Dude, that's fucking awesome."
I'm gonna actually be meeting the 2002 He-Man and Skeletor at UltraCon this year.
Shutting the fuck up is gluten free, He-Man.
Hey Alex, do you think I should get Brian Dobson to say, "I don't like feeling nice, I like feeling evil"?
I don't like to feel good. I like to feel evil.
There's
So do you
nothing
think I-
down
That's the
there,
line.
you boob.
So do you think I should get him to say that?
I mean, if you want to, sure. That'd be
Yeah,
funny.
I wonder how he's gonna look at you when he says that. He'd be like, "Oh, that's a first," or he's gonna be like, "Really?"
I imagine he gets requests for Skeletor.
For Skeletor, yes, but
That's a-
an
That's a line
era-specific
from the He-Man
Skeletor.
She-Ra Christmas special, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a lot. That's an iconic line that a lot of people know. So
Yeah, but like, that's like going up to. It's like going up to the guy who voiced Yugi and say, "Hey, can you do that cluck like a chicken voice line?" Yeah. Do you really want to know what his reaction is going to be?
They've done that. People have done that with Dan
Fucking-
Green. Yeah.
you forget, Gizmo. You forget that people request voice actors for a lot of interesting things.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they're going to fulfill all
I
of
have-
them.
I have actually gotten Dan Southworth to do a interesting bit with his Virgil voice. I used to, one of my old friend, and then you want to know what he did for this? He had to have his back turned, and then he turns around dramatically for it.
Time
Like,
to
he
start
really-
the pose.
Like, he really got into. Like, you could tell he really he was invested. Really, the Devil May Cry cast was eating the Devil May Cry cast at Kineticon that year was a blessing.
Yeah, they're chill. The Devil May Cry casts are usually chill.
Speaking of which, where the fuck is Devil May Cry 6, Capcom?
So, Brian Hanford, who voices V in DMC5, he actually kind of opened the the Devil May Cry Mehcast panel at that convention, and let's just say, hey, it's like he was he was the first voice actor there, and he was just sitting there trying to talk about how he got it into the whole voice acting shindig and whatnot. Not just very casual stuff. And then in comes Dan Southworth to just kind of disrupt the panel a bit. And then he's and then suddenly Ruben Langdon and Johnny Young Bosch just also enter the scene doing an iconic bit from DMC5, which was specifically the Dante revealing to Nero that Virgil is his dad. And I'm just like, the fact that they reenacted this at a convention and I witnessed it live was awesome. I wish I could have recorded it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they were just fantastic. I even showed a webcomic called Virgil's Motivational Life to them. And man, they were like, okay, this is nice. And I even got to ask them legitimate questions about like is the Devil May Cry 5 prequel manga canon into this, or do they even know about it? Interestingly enough, I don't really think they knew all that much about that prequel manga, because it does set up quite a bit of the plot of DMC5. Sorry, my dad was asking a question.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that was an interesting year for me. And I did get to see a bit of the mocap app that Ruben does have of Ruben doing the scene in Devil May Cry 5 where he's taking the job from what's his face. He's the guy who got race swapped from the DMC anime.
Is that still coming out, by the way? I keep not
What?
hearing anything about it. The
What
new
are we
Devil May
talking
Cry anime.
Oh, you mean the one made by Adi Shankar?
Yeah, that thing.
As far as I know, it's still going to happen. It's just I don't know when, because we haven't gotten a release date for it. We did get a preview bit with the animation, and which, as per usual, it does look about as solid as most of Powerhouse Animation stuff has been lately. The only issue I kind of take with with that with this, it's just like it feels like a lot of Shankar's work is kind of repetitive in terms of aesthetics.
Yeah. I can definitely see why you'd say that. Frankly, I think he could have been doing better work otherwise, but, you know.
So, oh yeah, it's like that's still gonna happen as far as I know, because no plans have really been altered for or Adi Shankar's Devil May Cry animated series. And he's like, that's still gonna happen on Netflix, but when is the question? Thing is, I'm also kind of skeptical on that since we already know full well about what happened with Castlevania. After a while, it
Yeah,
felt
because even if
like,
it starts off good, it could still turn to shit later.
yep, it felt like the people who were working on it got a little too big for their britches.
I don't even know if... Because I didn't even think it had the same people working on it after a while.
Well, I mean, it still had Sam Dietz and whatnot.
Ah.
It's just I guess they ended up getting mostly different people except for Alucard's voice, which was still the same as it was in Netflix Castlevania.
Ooh, by the way, did you see the SpongeBob SquarePants movie is coming to UHD?
No, but I'm sure. Hopefully it is good. Good in that.
It's a Paramount disc, so I'm assuming that they're not going to completely fuck it up, but I could be assuming wrong.
The Sonic 4K. The Sonic and Sonic 2 4Ks are kind of, yeah.
Yeah, they're not the best, but they're also not terrible. So,
Yeah, not really bad. It's just kind of, eh. They could have done better. But speaking of Sonic, so are we still all looking forward to Sonic 3 and McFuckles the Chuckles?
Sonic 3 featuring Knuckles and Shadow.
Yes.
Yes, indeedy doodly.
So what are we gonna get? So since Shadow is going to be voiced by Keanu Reeves, when are we gonna get Knuckles and Shadow's Excellent Adventure? I swear, if you say excellent, I'll snap your neck, he says. As to Knuckles,
Somebody suggested
wasn't going to
that in
say
the next that in the next John Wick movie that Keanu Reeves should play John Wick as Ted.
Did they forget that John Wick is dead?
They're still making a John Wick 5.
How?
I don't know.
He's dead.
Yeah.
He died at the end of the 4th movie.
Yep.
Same way Spike Spiegel died in Cowboy Bebop.
Yep.
Which means a live action show is not necessary.
How?
They could have taken they could have just reused unproduced Firefly scripts. You could have taken the Firefly comic books and used them as scripts. It would have been fine. Nobody... Some people would have gotten on your back for plagiarism, but you know what? Nobody would have cared. Because, you know, you're at least doing something with it. All you had to do was make it good. You didn't have to adapt the original show. Could have just made a good show featuring the characters that we all know and love.
No, they didn't.
But no.
But no, they didn't.
But no.
They chose to make it shit. So yeah, it's like, oh, never mind. Now I know where the last
Yeah,
one
that's
is.
another thing where, like, I changed the whole thing. It's like, okay, so we're just gonna pick up with Cowboy Bebop where we left off with them after after the show. Spike Spiegel survived somehow, and now he's different. You know?
Anyway. And... So, Alex... So since we'd be going that far back, how much different would our Superman's origin be?
Okay, you remember what I was saying earlier?
Yeah, about how it's basically Man of Steel.
Okay, so we're just going to take Man of Steel, we're going to make it 3 hours long. And animated.
Okay, then. Now, what about B-Man?
Okay, so, you know Batman Begins?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm
we're
not
going
going to
to
answer
take
that.
and make it 3 hours long and animated.
All right, well, you can't really say the same thing for Wonder Woman or any of the other members of the Justice
Okay,
League
you know
because...
the Wonder Woman, you know the animated Wonder Woman movie? Yeah,
Fuck,
okay, so we're going to take
God
that, we're
damn
going to
it!
we're going to set that back in World War II, we're going to make it 3 hours long.
All right, what about Flash?
Okay, so you know the Flash TV show? Take that, throw it out the window.
Should turn into. Okay, what about... Okay, so since we'd have Jean as our Martian Manhunter, what are we doing with him? Tell me.
Okay, so it's actually a good question, I don't remember.
Well, obviously he hasn't had a solo movie.
Okay, so the Flash is going to have his own little solo movie where we get to see the his origin as a hero. Oh, and you know, I'll get a little preview of the whack ass shit that happened to leads to his dad getting thrown in jail. And we're going to have ourselves a little bit of you know,
No.
a little bit of fucking time travel.
No, wait. Hey, I got it. So, Barry Allen comes home one day from school, and sent a birthday card to his mother. Then all of a sudden, he briefly sees one
Everything
Eobard
changes
Thawne,
when the Fire Nation
Fortnite,
attacks.
when Eobard Thawne suddenly appears in his life. Fortnite dances over his mother's corpse. And then he just runs off for no reason. Somehow the cops
Kevin, are you
believe
describing
that...
a James Gunn adaptation of The Flash?
Yes.
No. What idea?
I don't know.
Alex, why do you assume that I would write for James Gunn? Because isn't that what we got in the
You know what, Kevin?
DCU?
I have a request.
What?
James Gunn Taiwanese bootleg version of The Flush.
Oh my god, why? You just watched the actual movie for that!
Well, you wanted suggestions, and you turned down doing bootleg Doctor Strange, so...
Okay. Hey, for those who don't know, because I was firmly under the belief that firmly under the belief, as a joke, that Alex had seen a bootleg version of Captain America Civil War, and that was why he didn't like it. I ended up making up the plot of a Taiwanese bootleg version of Captain America Civil War that we did a dramatic reading of on this channel.
You can find that by typing in James Gunn's Captain America Civil War lost script.
Yeah, and let's just say it was a little whack-ass.
Yes!
For those in the server, or you already know.
Ooh,
anyway.
Speaking of Superman and Chalmers, who got to see the Aurora Borealis.
Not me.
Yeah, same.
So anyway, hey, okay. Hey, so back to our Just League. So Jean, what are you doing with him?
All right, so it's gonna be a very, very simple story of a man who uses his psychic abilities to be a detective. It'll be essentially like if Sean Spencer from Psych was an actual psychic and had to pretend to be a regular detective.
Isn't that what Jean already does?
Yes, in fact, that's exactly what he does. That's exactly what he doesn't do in the Supergirl show.
Oh, that was so retarded.
They made him the head of Argus, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah.
So yeah, Jean would actually be getting his own solo
Then they
thing.
made this really fucking retarded allegory to racism of him being black, and is like, you're in charge of a fucking secret organization, motherfucker.
Anyway, and now, oh, well, also be included in this league that may or may not be dispensing justice.
Well, we might as well have. I'm sorry, I got two different characters confused for a second there.
So we already have 5
Excuse
of
me.
them. I'm in here, which is Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Flash, and Jean. Which Green Lantern are we using?
Well, obviously we're starting with Hal Jordan.
Right. Taking any chances? So Hal Jordan, as voiced by one Nathan Fillion.
Yes.
Who may or may not sound like Mal from Firefly.
Yes.
For those who don't know, Nathan Fillion is Mal in that show.
You alright, Gizmo?
Yep.
Okay. Allergies still kicking your ass?
Yeah, a bit. My ear's still just a little bit clogged. I'm still getting a little bit of sniffles.
Yeah, I've been kind of like that too lately. Holy shit. Well, the fire kick is gonna be my weapon of choice from here on out. Scratch that. Heal, 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 heal. Fucking heal. Now. Okay. 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 Fuck. 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 Fuck.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get something to eat.
Holy shit. Okay, so I need to hit him with the lightning strike and then hit him with the thing. Okay. And I'm out of fucking potions. That's amazing. Okay. Well,
Okay,
lightning
so...
strike, then flame kick.
Okay, so... So, should we have the... So, what would be Hal Jordan's origin movie? And don't tell me
so
Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern.
Had one already.
Oh no, I was going to say, so you remember Green Lantern in First Flight, right? Okay, we're going to take all of the comics that compressed.
And turn it into a 3-hour movie.
Yes.
No!
See,
Alex, you're starting to become predictable.
No! Fucking hell! Everybody's dead!
Okay. Hey. Okay, next. Okay, next,
Kiss me, you fool! No, actually, kiss yourself, you fool!
Okay, so who else
Kiss
would be
somebody!
So who else would be
Fuck!
including in this Justice
dead.
League of ours?
So do we have 6 or 7 there?
I believe 6.
Alright, so we're going to have ourselves an Aquaman origin movie, and that's going to be about 2 hours long, and then we're going to have Aquaman Throne of Atlantis.
Why is the Aquaman movie 2 hours long?
Because if we throw in a bunch of everything, we won't have enough content left over for Throne of Atlantis.
Okay then, fair enough. Now, okay, so that's 7 so far. Would there be anyone else you'd want to add to this league of somewhat extraordinary gentlemen?
Jazz Jackrabbit.
I'm sorry, who?
Oh shit, hang on. No, I'm kidding. That's not actually a character from the comics. That's a character from a video game called Jazz Jackrabbit. So... Okay, hang on. I'll be back soon.
Hey then. So Gizmo, who would be on your personal Justice League other than the DC Holy Trinity? Gizmo?
I'm back.
Okay, Gizmo, I would like to ask, who would be on your personal Justice League other than the DC Holy Trinity, which is Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman?
Wait, what?
Who would be on your personal Justice League other than the DC Holy Trinity?
Okay, well, by default, Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman are already in there. Let's see here. Aquaman, because people keep dogging on him, and now people love him thanks to the 2 movies that came out. Jason Momoa should voice act him, just out of curiosity.
I mean, he did voice act him in the Lego movie, too.
Right, but that's the Lego movie. Everyone's like fooling around every time, but I want to see what happens if he takes on a serious role in the animation.
All right,
And it has to be animated. Let's see.
All right.
Okay. That's 4. Wally West.
Really, Wally Flash?
Yeah, people keep sucking Barry off.
Well, funnily enough,
I think it's about time pre. I think it's about time. Pre Flashpoint. Wally got his time in the sun again.
As he should.
Well. Green Arrow.
Really, Ollie in your Justice League?
Yeah, archers are underrated. People are always talking about, I want to be Batman. I want to be part of the Batman family. Well, nothing on Oliver. Okay, that's 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, one more. Let's see. Who do I pick? Not picking Plastic Man. I think he had enough time in the spotlight from Justice League Action. Part of me wants to stay the second Starman, but they have to have some really good writers to make him interesting for a modern day audience.
Yeah.
Not anyone from the Justice Society, unfortunately. Again, you have to have some really good writers to make any of them interesting for a modern day audience. And unfortunately, the Justice Society, while interesting, nobody really wants right now. Not like that, anyway. Not Dr. Fate. Not Satana. Definitely not Constantine. Why did you put him in a team? Jesus Christ. Okay, whatever. Man, who should be the seventh? Who should be the seventh? Did I say what kind of Green Lantern I want?
No, you didn't.
Kyle Rayner.
Funnily enough, Kyle Rayner was initially going to be the Green Lantern in the DCAU, but they decided to go with John Stewart.
Good choice, but either way, it's nice to see some Green Lantern rep. No, wait, no, wait a minute. Not a Green Lantern. Not a Green Lantern. Man, who was? No, fuck. Oh, maybe not him. Man, who was I gonna say? You know what? Yeah, Kyle Rayner.
All right. Anybody else? Hey, Sonic.
How many spots am I missing?
I mean, because of my personal Justice League, I'd say that you could have 9 spots.
9? Okay. I guess 2 more then. You're gonna have to put a chick in there because it's kind of odd. Wonder Woman's the only one in there.
I mean, that's why they got Hawkgirl in the DCAU show.
Hawkgirl is now well known enough to stand on her own in another show.
More so than the guy that she was initially serving as the sidekick to.
She's had her time in the sun. I think she's had enough. Let's see. Power Girl. Well, no. Having one Kryptonian's already enough.
Yeah, because we already got Superman.
Yeah.
You want to know what my personal Justice League is?
Yeah, I don't think I was there for that.
Okay, I did show everybody the art that when I commissioned it from Ash. So it's essentially our Holy Trinity plus Hal Jordan, Barry Allen, and let's see, Martian Manhunter, Aquaman, and then we have Red Tornado, and then Jaime.
Okay, Red Tornado's interesting.
Jaime being after Ted Cord. Because obviously I would rather have this be a successor or to a Blue Beetle than just, the Blue Beetle that debuted on the Justice League.
I don't know. That Reyes feels more like a Teen Titans cast than a Justice League cast. I know he's an adult, but it's just his behavior.
I know.
And
I
the fact that he was in high school when he first got the Blue Beetle suit in the comics.
Thing is, Jaime's been more on the Justice League in a number of things than he has been on the Titans.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Jaime's kind of been known for being young most of the time.
But the thing is
yeah, he's like he's like the Spider-Man of the DC universe at this point.
Funny, and the thing is, I actually had a bit where Jaime is saying to Batman that he doesn't feel like he really belongs on the team. And Batman gives him kind of a similar speech that he gave to Ollie in the first episode of Justice League Unlimited. And if you don't feel like you belong, then that's fine. We kind of need someone to keep us grounded. Jaime's just kind of there to keep everybody relatively grounded into,
I got it. 8th member is Harley Quinn. And it's not because I think she's hot. I think it's because it's another good example of a villain reforming into heroism.
I would bounce Kitana.
Interesting choice.
I mean, they had Plastic Man. How many times have they caught his ass and he still made it into the Justice League?
I swear, these
I mean-
fucking slots.
I would have gone with Kitana.
So Harley Quinn is 8. Number 9. Number 9.
I would have picked Kitana, to be honest.
Number 9. It was number 9. I rolled out Constantine because if he's not really a team player, which is kind of odd that he's not part of a team at all.
Yeah, that happens.
Starman, I'm still not sure. He's still a little bit of a hokey character, like an outer space question. The second one, anyway. He's cool. I love him, but I don't know. Something about him being part of the founding, being one of the founding members, kind of feels wrong to me. Not the Ray. Can't put the Ray on there.
Well, if you're a terrible robot master.
Excuse me. Man. Fuck it. Vigilante.
Okay, then.
Yeah, Vigilante. I always thought he was cool. He's underused.
You know, funnily enough, Nathan Fillion actually voiced Vigilante in Justice League Unlimited.
I can tell. Cowboys are like becoming cool again too. So having Vigilante as part of the group, oh man, that's going to be pretty badass.
So you've got 3 normies. He's in a team full of superpowered individuals.
Yes. And you realize Batman's there too, right?
Yeah, that's why I said 3 normies.
Thanks for that, man. Everyone knows that. You're a count.
I always like the underdog kind of thing, you know. I mean, but as much as
that's kind of the appeal of having normal people on a team full of superpowered individuals.
you know, something about Green Lantern partnering up with Green Arrow was always kind of fascinating to me, like kind of charming. You know, having Harley Quinn actually be a part of the Bat family is nice. Shows that she can change. Excuse me. Oh fuck! Excuse me. Oh fuck!
Don't worry, it happens.
Hey Damon, what about you? Do you have like a personal Justice League team besides our DC Holy Trinity?
I actually don't.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, he probably didn't have to. He probably hasn't thought of it before, considering this is the first time we ever had a question like this asked.
That's all right.
I mean,
like I said, at Gizmo, I mostly have Jaime on the. He's not a founding member, or he is succeeding Ted Cord after unfortunate things had happened to him. I mean, no. Before you ask,
No,
I'm not going to have Sportsmaster be the one to kill him. Fuck that.
Who's not killing who?
Sportsmaster is not killing Ted Cord. No. Oh, the way I'd see it,
after that.
Young Justice.
Swordmaster.
You think that counts?
I wish I was kidding on that whole thing, because like Sportsmaster being one of the ones to do it in Ted Cord, I'm like, it's a fucking joke.
The fuck is Swordmaster?
Oh, Sportsmaster used to be a very D to E level DC villain, and his whole gimmick was that he literally used his sports knowledge and sports fucking athleticism.
He's basically poor man. He's basically poor man's Casey Jones, only he came out first.
Oh.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Except in Young Justice, he's played more seriously. Explosive boomerangs. He uses baseball bats, in a serious manner. Don't know how you could do that, but okay. He actually has a hockey mask made of steel. And that's it. He's got nothing else going on. He doesn't even wear sports gear.
I mean, he wears the hockey mask.
That's it. Casey Jones at least tries to play into it. Sometimes he'll wear sometimes he'll wear like football pads, sometimes he'll go on like roller skates, sometimes he'll have like hockey goalie gloves. He's always wearing a hockey mask, and he's got like a golf bag filled with a lot of these like sports sticks, baseball bats, hockey sticks, golf clubs, cricket bat.
Yeah, it's like you name a sport and Casey has a weapon associated with it.
Hell, he's got long range too. He got like pool balls, hockey pucks, baseballs, footballs, handballs. He'll use anything.
Boongala. No. Now here's the thing. Now, who I would propose to be the one to assassinate Ted Cord is the guy who did him in the comics, which is, Maxwell Lord. Life is good, but it can be better.
Yeah, I think that's why they didn't.
I mean, like I said, Maxwell Lord's the one who did him in the comics.
Right, but then you quotes him in the movie. I think that's why they didn't use him.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that version was kind of my introduction to the character, so unfortunately, it did not do well to, sell me on anything other than Pedro Pascal.
He shot Blue Beetle in the head.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds a little cooler.
And that was after Blue Beetle told him to go to hell.
Yeah, I kind of imagine Maxwell Lord being working for the Reach and trying to sell Ted Cord on something since, Cord is a wealthy businessman. I mean, come on, Cord Industries and one of the smartest people all out there. Are on par with the B-Man. Let's be realistic here. Of course, like Ted Cord, like I imagine in Maxwell Lord being somebody who tries to work for the Reach, and unfortunately he's kind of treated as like a henchman of sorts, even though he ends up being the one who does in Ted Cord. It's like, gee. So, and yes, Gizmo, before you ask, in this origin, and for Jaime, Booster Gold would be very much involved.
He's always been involved in anything Blue Beetle related. I didn't even have to ask.
Yeah, but the thing is like, it's a shame he wasn't involved in the goddamn movie.
Why?
I don't fucking know.
No, why should they?
Because
that movie
I know that movie is shit. I know that movie is shit. But here's the thing: Booster Gold would have probably made it a tad bit better.
No. But by how much?
I don't know. Maybe like
the fact you don't know just shows that this wasn't going to help in the first place. They could have had a mention of like, oh, he worked with this guy, he was wearing golden suit, and it still wouldn't have made a difference.
Either way. Hey, I would have at least liked some acknowledgement to Ted Cord's bestie from the future.
He time travels. There's bound to be a reason why they made him forget.
I mean, hell, Booster Gold when he was at uh when he was visiting Ted Cord in the hospital, he's like, I'm so thankful all that I don't have to go to your funeral, oh buddy. Then he has to go to the funeral of Superman. I'm sure you remember that.
Everyone knows that.
No, I'm sure you remember that specific bit from that comic.
Yes.
So yeah, and Jaime, his origin would be, and the origin for how Jaime comes across the Scarab would be somewhat similar to how it happened in Young Justice, since I did like that part. Or is like, oh, he just happened to find it after the building got blown up by what I would picture as Maxwell Lord, or and even though and Booster Gold would be trying to eke out the Scarab in the hopes of finding it. It's some in hopes of hiding it somewhere. But then he ends up finding Jaime with it already bonded to him. So yeah, Booster Gold's ultimate goal would just be like, you know what? And I'm even though I may have failed old saving Ted, I'm gonna train this kid to be a hero. Come
Yes.
on, anything. Because come on, even though I'm not all that familiar with that, I'm at least trying to, acknowledge the friendship and that everybody loves when it comes to Blue
Everyone
Beetle
loves
stuff.
everyone loves the Blue Beetle Ted Cord shit, but like, would it have really made the movie any better?
Probably.
I don't know about that.
Well, it would have at least.
If anything, it would have made it to the deleted scenes.
Yeah, and those deleted scenes would have probably made the movie a tad bit better, as most deleted scenes in bad movies tend to.
Cap, but you never know. Might have at least given it a higher score in Rotten Tomatoes by a smidge.
All right, so now that I have gotten into it, so now that I have covered just about everything in Gloomy Galleon, it's time for the boss. Let's go, best Kong there ever was.
Candy Kong.
Or
No. Lanky.
The fact you answered that with a serious no.
Funky.
Funky is not a playable character in this game.
Funky could suck nuts.
Mm,
So,
no.
Amen, would you care to introduce this boss?
Yep.
Uh,
Puff Toss. Another boss I struggled with as a kid.
Yep.
Why is that?
By the way, I hope you enjoyed this string of unique boss designs in Donkey Kong 64, because
Oh, that's not.
let's just say after Puff Toss, the next two bosses are going to be more of Rareware's unhealthy habit of retreads.
How bad is it?
Two bosses will be rematches.
Yep.
No. Are they just
And
like, is it the exact same boss with no changes?
with almost no changes whatsoever.
Hmm.
Oh
A
god,
few.
I'm gonna end up dying to Puff Toss. Us because I'm just putzing about. Oh
So
god
what exactly
damn
are
it,
you supposed to
me.
be doing in this boss?
Yeah.
Basically
Don't
I'm
worry,
supposed to
I
go
struggled with the rings too. Go ahead.
basically I'm supposed to go through the rings and shot knock Puff Toss enough times to fuck. I died.
Ouch.
You shot Puff enough.
Let's try this again. With more emotion than an average Tara Reid performance.
Damn.
Now once more, with feeling.
So yeah. Puff Toss will throw out fireballs at you, and you'll need to, as well as shockwaves, as like most bosses do.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking right now.
So what we need to do is just tase the bastard.
Pokemon rules. Let's the type moves always full class rules.
Why don't I feel shameful? All for dying at.
Because you have no soul.
I believe that is Gizmo. I believe that's actually Captain Clown from Batman the Animated Series, who has no soul.
Yeah,
all because he is a robot.
Robot.
Robots do not have souls. Not even your Roomba. You may love your Roomba, but it has no soul. If anyone's seen HBI 2K's little abridgment of the last laugh from Batman the Animated Series, you would get the joke.
The hell?
We guess I'll put down the bucket list.
So Ben Creighton, and after ended up doing a abridgment on a bridge one shot of the episode of Batman the Animated Series. Is the last laugh, and that was kind of how. Because I didn't really grow up with the initial 3 seasons of Batman the Animated Series. He's only really watched like season 4 or of it back then. And let's just say that it was kind of weird seeing that art style, but nowadays it's like that's the art style. That's one of my favorite art styles for DC animation. Where's that last flippin' ring? I should not be having issues with this goddamn puffer fish. But the game said no. Oh, you were going to die to him multiple times, in fact. And now we have guided missiles of pufferfish. And I died again. This is going swimmingly, guys.
Yep, it's a tough boss.
This is embarrassing. In recent playthroughs of this game, I have never died to Puff Toss.
Maybe age is finally getting to you.
That's because it's like, last time I played this game, I was able to beat this guy easily, but no. Oh, this game, I have to die multiple times. Because the goddamn recording curse has to hit me like a goddamn pile of brick. So Gizmo, when were you first introduced to the Batman of the animated series?
The moment it came out on TV.
So back when it aired on what?
Kids WB.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
WB.
I remember Static Shock.
I miss Saturday morning
Yeah.
cartoons. It
I
gave you
do
it
too.
gave you a reason to wake up early on a Saturday.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Kids won't know the
Now-
excitement.
No, they will not.
Now it's all about that skippy toilet and all the crap. Back in my day, we used to wake up early and watch cartoons, and I thought we liked it. We didn't have all these Victorian and
Funnily enough,
services.
before
We
Teen
just
Titans really got its stride on Cartoon Network, it did initially air as a kids WB show.
I mean, it kind of makes sense.
yeah.
But-
back in my day, we didn't have all this.
But yeah, it did get more of a stride on Cartoon Network than it did on Kids WB.
It had
Somehow.
Toonami, so
If we wanted to watch
Well,
a new
Toonami
episode of a
and
show,
among a number of things.
in my day, we had to look at the TV guide to find the new episode of a show we liked. My God, we liked it. Nowadays, kids don't even know what the hell a TV guide even is.
yeah, they don't have they have no excuse. They have the internet.
Yep.
Eh.
Okay, I think this is the last time I gotta run circles around this guy, quite literally.
I think this is
Damn
the best
it!
Okay. I think this is the
All
best time to start looking at the Comic Book Universe Battles wiki and look at who was recently been added to the database. The first one that comes up is Lydia Fryer from Assassin's Creed. Kana Alberona from Fairy Tail. Eve from Stellar Blade. CX2 from Star Wars The Bad Batch. The Brain from DC Comics. Mustard from the Dragon Ball Z movie, The Return of Garlic Jr.
That's the Garlic Jr. filler arc, Gizmo.
Yeah, and
yeah.
Anyway, I beat Puff Toss.
The
Nice.
Seven. Micromax from Marvel Comics. Impress Hydra from Marvel Comics. Martinique Jason from Marvel Comics. Danny Delgado from Power Rangers Wild Force. Rose Armitage from Get Out. And lastly, Bad Blood Predator from the Predator comic books.
An odd list this time.
And today's matchups are Hollow versus X-23, Zaire Moore versus Crimson Typhoon, Guardian from Marvel Comics versus Captain Britain, Cyclops, not Cyclops, Cyclops versus the White Spikes, Captain James Tiberius Kirk versus Viceroy Newt Gunray, Michelangelo from Mirage Comics versus Ken Masters, Emperor Zurg versus the Rancor, Lilandra Neramani from Marvel Comics versus Agent L from Men in Black, Baraka versus Collector, Nightcrawler versus Shatterstar, Gambit versus Dr. Facilier, and Kylo Ren versus Jockin Solo.
Okay, then.
Oh, what an odd list.
Meanwhile, Alex still hasn't returned.
He's taking a dump. I don't know.
So, hey, and this is still talking about Super teams earlier. How about an Avengers one?
Hmm?
I don't know, I'm bored.
We're all bored.
Hello, board. I'm dead.
That's why we're playing games.
That's why I could have had the news.
The one thing that passes the time. Playing games and having a good time.
But I'm playing
Yep.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
You're playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
Nice.
You're
So now we are at, and let's see here.
So I don't know, X-Men or Avengers. Which one would you guys pick?
Avengers.
Mm.
Well, at least the Avengers wouldn't get blatantly discriminated on by weirdos who would be like, "Oh, Fantastic Four, you guys are awesome."
Dude, it's Marvel Comics. Anybody can be discriminated for some stupid reason.
And meanwhile, the X-Men are just like, "Yeah, fuck the X-Men. They suck."
True, but again,
X-Men.
here's the day. Here's the day.
Where did Alex say he was going?
I don't know. Alex. There was actually a funny bit in there was actually a funny game over screen in Batman and Arkham Knight when the Joker on one of the Joker's game over screens where he just like what?
I will say that the one thing I love about the Arkham City series are the game overs. I really wish games would do something like that. I don't know, any personal favorites, game over screens.
Game over, yeah.
Game over, yeah.
Okay, well that's an easy one. I guess.
And I am
anything-
back. Sorry about that, guys.
Where did
Hello,
you
Ryan.
go?
My dad just got back from the hospital. I was helping him.
Oh, how is he?
I think he's doing good. He's gonna have to go back tomorrow and get checked out again. Somebody else.
All right.
What was it
I
for?
hope
Hope
he's
he's doing okay.
What was it for? Like a kidney
Anyway.
operation or something?
Well, they thought he had kidney stones, and they checked that out.
Oh.
Apparently, that's not true. So,
No, it must
going back
burn
and
that.
trying to see if it's something else.
Anyway, okay,
Probably
so Alex,
operation.
so aside from Aquaman and now, so we were on Green Lantern for our Justice League. And so what would you be doing with, so we were to talk about Emerald, like First Flight, I being the movie that our Hal Jordan would debut. Okay, so who else?
Well, obviously, Sinestro and Michael Clark Duncan, and
No, I mean, who else on the league?
That should be about good.
My personal Justice League.
Yeah.
I wonder how many people would know who Red Tornado is.
I mean, but because of Justice League, I think thanks to Justice League Unlimited and Young Justice, they know.
Well, he was also in Brave and the Bold.
Yeah. So I think that helps people know who he is.
Yeah, but it's like people be like, "Why him on the founding members?" I'm like,
right. But when it helps them know who he is, then they'll probably be curious and then look him up, and they'll be like, "Oh shit! No wonder he's on the league." It's like, oh my god, why is Ant-Man in the Avengers movie? And then they'll look him up and be like, oh shit, no wonder.
All Hank Pym will ever be remembered for is being an abusive jackass.
Yeah.
These days, unfortunately,
creating-
yes.
And creating Ultron and having 3
Yep.
personalities.
Yeah.
Multiple personality disorder.
They're
It's
gonna
not a real
keep it
thing.
lame.
Oh, but multiple personality isn't a thing. Shut up.
Speaking of multiple personalities, my sisters believe that my little sister's dog has multiple personality disorder.
I mean, if it's possible, I'd like to actually see studies on that.
Can a dog have schizophrenia?
Can it?
The world
That's what
wants to
that's
know.
what I really would like to know. Because we know dogs can get arthritis. They can go blind. We have no idea what other things can happen to a dog.
My God, this stupid fairy won't hold still. Finally! Gotcha, bitch.
You son of a whore.
That's rude. Anyway.
You're the son of a whore? Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
God damn it.
You know
No,
damn
I
well I
just
didn't
don't.
call you a son of a whore.
Come on, I haven't got all day. Show me the bananas and I'm out of here.
You nasty. I ain't showing you my banana, you sick fuck.
Alright. So now we're gonna be starting Fungi Forest. Time to see what those furry freaks are up to. Huh, not a Kong in sight. Where are they?
Oh.
Who is that?
Oh, come up here and get me, dummies! You get up there after him.
But I can't
You'll
climb!
learn, won't ya? Hey!
I'm surrounded by fools. Welcome to Fungi Forest with Open Bar.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
Yes. As I get the impression that since Lion King was still kind of fresh in a lot of people's minds, especially that quote from Scar. How could we not have that quote in there as said by the main villain?
Yep. And also that Kremling who's like, you can't climb. I had to do that really whiny voice there.
Yes.
It fits
So-
so well. Oh
so the-
no! Sorry, go ahead.
So the gimmick for this level is that there is a day and a night. We could
That's
switch
right.
that with our guns, or did he bashing his head against a wall? Did you know that Fungi Forest was initially supposed to be a level in the Banjo of Kazooie's,
I actually heard about that.
but they ended up but I think it got replaced with what would be called Click Clock Wood. You know, that level that switches seasons. I'm assuming some people on here have played Banjo-Kazooie.
Even though I haven't played it, except a bit on Switch Online, I know what you're talking about.
I have 100%ed that. I have pretty much 100%ed that whole game, and I'm like, and it's just my only real issue with trying to 100% that game was that there was like a couple notes that I ended up missing, and I'm like, why do you do this to me, game? Why?
I trusted you, game.
And you betrayed me. Never again. Now, Gizmo. Oh, I forget if I asked you this, but have you played this game that I'm streaming?
I have no idea what you're streaming.
Donkey Kong 64.
No,
Really?
not by much. I only tested it out when I downloaded it on my Wii U.
Well, hey, the Wii U version's actually really good, so...
Yeah, I got rid of the glitch.
Remind me... Oh, wait, it's that item thing you were talking about, right?
Yeah. And I'm gonna say it again. I don't think I'll ever finish it in more than a month sitting because it's got the Guinness World Records of most collectibles in a video game.
You only need to get 100 golden bananas.
Yeah. Okay.
Question.
You
No,
say
that's-
that.
100%
Yeah, you
first.
say that, but then people realize that they're not 100% done yet, and they're like, "Ah, fuck! I gotta collect everything now."
Quick question. Which is what you guys have from 100%? This game, Crash 4, or Mario Sunshine?
Say that again.
If you had
Which
to pick
one is the
between
worst between in the game between
games to
this
100%.
games to 100%? Like, would you rather 100%
This
and
game,
this
Crash
game
4, or Sunshine?
Crash Bandicoot 4 or The Wrath of Cortex or Mario Sunshine?
Did you just say Crash 4 Wrath of Cortex?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about new Crash 4.
Oh, never mind. My bad.
Yeah, it's either
And I
Crash
thought you were
4
talking.
or it's either Crash
I was-
4 or rather Cortex.
Yeah.
My bad. And
Yeah,
I misunderstood.
Yeah, I know.
So
my
Donkey
bad.
Kong 64, Sunshine, or Crash 4.
Or Crash. It's about time.
Yeah, that's
Sunshine.
Damn.
You
All
know.
right. You're fair.
So you'd rather collect all those blue coins
Yes.
than do so either this game or
Yes.
or Cash Banuka 4.
Yes.
Slash Palooka,
In a-
you say?
Cash
Because if
Banuka
you were
in
to-
a big tent.
Because if you're gonna make me 100% Crash 4, that would also mean I would have to 104% it too. Because then I have to look for all the crates and every nook and cranny under the table, under the floorboards, inside the dirt, under the bedrock. There's crates in places where nobody would have thought to look in that place. Fuck
Well,
that.
then there's also the
Platinum relics.
the inverse levels.
Which is worse.
Plat-
Yeah, give me
And the
Sunshine
platinum
any day.
relics.
I'd rather take this game over Sunshine or Cash Banuka 4.
Which would be second place then?
Sunshine.
I'm taking
Gizmo?
Sunshine. I'm taking Sunshine.
Gee.
Oh,
I've only ever
Borrow
played the
the
Game Boy
blue card.
Advance one. Crash Bandicoot's Big Adventure.
We don't talk
Which
about
is-
that.
What are you talking about? That was
I
a good
outright
one.
refused to
At least that's
100% that
good-
game. I got the bad ending and I was happy with it.
At least that's
I
a
was
good
done.
Crash game on hand. At least that's a good Crash game on handheld.
Oh, god damn it.
So, I end up finding out that because for some reason, and even though I know this fan base is completely unreasonable, I've decided that I was gonna end because as Naruto Shippuden is gonna be coming out on Blu-ray. I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna just I'm going to try to watch what is canon strictly, but unfortunately, the canon is spliced in in
Not
between various episodes of filler.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
kind of the problem I'd have with viewing all of Shippuden, and like I'd have to wait a good while to have everything.
Well, I'll give Shippuden this. It handles the anime. It handles its anime better than One Piece.
I don't know about that. I don't know
Well,
about that
okay,
one, Chief.
okay, up to a certain point. For example, let's be honest, I've never purchased the anime for the Infinite Tsukiyomi arc.
The Infinite Tsukuyomi, aka the Infinite Fillers.
Yeah. And the One Piece anime did get better. Even if it still had its
Ooh,
filler.
electric discharge.
Well, more like stretching out.
Item, potion, heal. Oh, yes.
I
Okay.
still
Okay.
feel
we're doing
sorry for
alright.
poor Donkey Kong on
Doing
here.
alright, we're not doing terribly here. I just need to grab.
When's the next?
And
When's the
then-
next Metal Gear race?
Come on, heal.
Gonna have-
heal. No!
Unfortunately, Gizmo, it's going to have to be a couple weeks from now because by the time I get back from Florida and Otaku Fest, I'm gonna end up being very, very tired. And it's
No.
gonna be like around midnight.
Fair enough.
So yeah,
Okay.
not exactly ideal. All for me to to do another one
Heal.
for a good while.
Okay, we're healing. Good, we're doing good.
So my apologies, Gizmo.
Damn it!
But it'll be happening at the end
Damn
in
it!
the last Monday of May.
Come on.
So around Memorial Day.
Okay. Speaking of games, I hope you guys I hope you guys still have your 360s because there's still a lot of games you should download before the 360 store shuts down, including a bunch of DLC.
I do not have a 360.
You
I
Neither
are.
do I.
But I don't care.
I'll
just pirate it all when the time comes.
Wait, Damon, what were you saying?
You're all missing out.
I said neither do I. I don't have a 360 either.
Yeah, you're all
Yeah,
missing
me
out, man.
too.
The 360 is a really, really good console.
Oh no, I
Like,
have a 360. The thing is, I don't really care enough, and I'm going to just hack my 360 and deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was more of a Nintendo guy anyway.
I was
Yeah,
too, but the thing was, I couldn't get a 360 because I couldn't afford it.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
So I
managed
only
to
got
get a
this
hold
Sony.
of a couple of decent ones over the years.
I was only able to get a 360 up like what 2013,
Thank fucking God.
2013, 14, 2012 ish.
You know, I don't even think there's an area in this level where Candy's place could possibly be.
Actually, Candy's not in Fungi Forest.
Yeah.
Candy.
So
Candy's
the only-
still at my place.
Yeah, Candy is not in this level. I believe she is in the last two levels of the game, though.
That's
Okay.
right.
Which
Candy
are Creepy Castle, or rather, which are Crystal Caverns and Creepy Castle.
Yep, Crystal Caves and Creepy Castle.
Candy Kong's over at my place while I play her like the bongos.
Ha!
Good lord, man.
Well, she's hot.
Well,
also-
they did make her hot, yeah.
She's also a gorilla.
Okay.
Listen, that's close enough to human. Didn't matter for Mark
There's a
Wahlberg
whole-
when he was
There's a
chatting up
whole
Helen
other
Bonham Carter.
way.
If I could
Alex,
give if I could give two shits of her being an ape, then I could I could smash.
Alex,
Yeah, man.
Alex. So what you're telling me is that you would fuck the cat girl from
Yes.
the Sonic OVA,
She's human enough.
I mean, she's
but
human enough.
her dad literally fucked a cat.
Okay.
So what? So did Kokonoe. So did Nine and
Well,
Mom.
give it the
Have
key.
you seen the
Get in your 1000,
anthropomorphic
get the
fan
sword
art
forged. Okay.
from literally
I know.
everything?
Like it wasn't
I mean,
Kokonoe, it was
I mean, Nine.
Back to the
Was Mom.
mystic
yeah,
mountain.
9.
I mean, she fucked the cat, and yet no
Oh,
one's giving
yeah.
her shit.
Fuck a
On
horse.
the man on the mystic mountain.
Horses are sexy. You should fuck a horse. Horses are sexy. You should fuck a horse right
Do not take their
When I can
suggestions
feel
seriously, people.
You can't stop me
Wait.
turning.
Anyway,
I-
It's gonna be like that Zeus meme. I want to put my dick in it. Don't put your dick in it. Too late.
Who's no?
okay, so oh Gizmo. Oh, what do you think Funky Kong should have been playable in a Donkey Kong game sooner?
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you feel like edgy the army Funky Kong would be a good version, a good playable character?
No. As a costume, maybe. They gave us journalist mode. Fuck that.
But here's the thing, in Gizmo, his default attack would be the Second Amendment.
Okay. Yeah, I know that's
Why?
a gun joke, but no.
One of my favorite jokes in a bit with Lyle from Sanity Not Included. It was one where he and his buddy were playing Soul Calibur or 6 things, and he named or not Soul Calibur 6. I think it was 5 actually. He named a character he created Amendius the Second. And I'm just like, oh my god, why? Okay.
Monkey. A bomb. Congratulations, you're a superhero. You either work under Vought, Sky High, or the Heroes Association from My Hero Academia.
Okay,
Heroes
so
Association.
there are two correct answers here, and neither of them is Vought.
I mean,
Knowing my luck, I'm either going to wind up going up against Homelander or Butcher, and I don't want to do either of those.
I think that depends how heinous you're going to be.
yeah.
Now, considering my first act is going to be, hey, if I am legitimately stuck at Vought, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take Madeline Stillwell up to the top of that building, and I'm going to throw her off. And then I'm going to, I'm going to go find Soldier Boy and throw him at Homelander, and hope everything turns out for the better.
God, the fact
Okay,
that
so
I'm
Donkey
going-
Kong's in
I'm
a
100%,
minecart level.
I'm going for either Sky High or the Heroes Association from MHA. And like, Jesus Christ, those are
But yeah,
the
but which
correct
one?
answers.
Yeah, but which one?
It doesn't matter.
It kind of does.
Neither
They
one of
both
them
have-
is Vought.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me put that another way. You want to go to either Sky High or the Heroes Association, right?
Yeah.
Their biggest villains invade the school. Which one do you trust the most to take care of the villains?
Knowing how it went in Sky High, Sky High. Hey,
Jesus. I mean, yeah, it makes sense. The Nomu were like eating everyone, crushing everyone, fucking everyone. Oh wait, that's the wrong one.
the incessant
What
bits in
fan
the
fiction
egg
were you
pie.
reading?
What animation is more likely? That just proves you have Google search on. There's like shit everywhere of the Nomu, like just banging every female character in
I
MHA.
don't want to.
I want to think about that, Gizmo, please. No.
Yeah,
Too
don't
late.
remind me of the fandom. I guess
The MHA
What's that one?
fandom is already screwed up enough as is.
No, you're thinking of the Sonic fandom.
No,
Gizmo.
Gizmo, as somebody who's part of both fandoms, they can both go fuck themselves.
I'd rather
Yes.
be part of the MHA fandom than the Sonic fandom.
Gizmo, I have some
Screw you, we
really
have
bad
fan
news
games.
I
for
have some
you.
urgent news for you, Gizmo.
Yeah, how about you hold that news, because you always say that. Think about it like this. Who's gonna bitch more about the arm color changing? Thank you.
What?
Oh yeah, the
I
arm
know
color
it.
thing. Yeah, yeah, that's a good point.
At least we have fan games, though, so fuck it.
Who's gonna bitch more about there being not enough good games, and then when they do, they keep saying there's not enough of this kind of good game?
Yeah, it's a Sonic fandom.
Yeah.
But then again, the
Yeah.
MHA fandom complains about the sky, so I don't know.
They complain,
Complain about the
stuff that-
sky.
They complain about
the
stuff that fuck the sky. They complain about everything else that you hear from every other anime and manga. Oh, I wanted this pairing to happen. Oh, her tits are too big. Oh, gee, where have I heard that before? Every other fucking anime that's came out in the last 10 years.
Oh, and then there's also the fact that people get on Horikoshi calling him a well, all a
Yeah,
I don't
and
know.
where have I heard
Well,
that
just-
before? A lot of other places too. So there's
So
really
far,
no
the
difference.
MHA fandom has not produced a Chris Chan.
Yeah, and we should be glad for that. That's why every time they say, "Oh, well, this anime group is worse," yeah, well, you know what group period is worse? The Sonic fandom. Yeah, but these guys complain about the sky. These guys complain about an arm color. Shut up.
Yeah, no,
The Sonic
I'll
one has
say,
great fan games.
MHA hasn't had. Actually, you know what? Let's get into a little bit of a recommendations corner here today. Okay, so Gizmo, what kind of would you recommend any MHA fan fiction that you've read?
Good question.
Hold on, I think I got
I
it.
haven't read that many as of late, but there was one that sticks out in my mind because it has Midoriya fighting Magneto.
One that I
I
That's
don't
interesting.
remember. I don't remember what it's called, but what happened was basically that Spider-Man went to. It's like a multi-fic thing where Spider-Man went to their universe by accident because of one of the Infinity Stones. So they accepted him as a student right away, and because of what was happening, him being there disrupted the universe, and he got back home with the students. And then the students were curious and started being heroes in that universe, only to bump into some heavy hitters like Magneto. Oh wait, no, there is one specific fic when the Juggernaut arrives in the My Hero universe.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
The moment he arrives, people thought he was a hero because he was out there in public walking around in his Juggernaut suit. And he was like, "Oh, I need money," and he thought about robbing the bank, only for like the the guy that can control his muscle mass, to just walk out of the front of the bank.
Oh,
Muscular?
are we talking Muscular?
Yeah,
So Muscular tries taking on the fucking Juggernaut.
Yeah.
Juggernaut actually
so Juggernaut
complained
kind of
to him,
accidentally his way into being a hero.
kind of, sort of. What happens is that
That's awesome.
everyone thought that he was a hero right off the bat, like I said. So when he knocked out Muscular with one fucking punch, might I add, everyone cheered for him, and then he was invited over to the Heroes Association building, and that's where shit hit the fan. He was like, "Oh, where'd you graduate? Japan? Oh wait, I'm in Japan. New York. Really? Then who was your teacher? Huh? Who was your teacher?"
Charles Xavier.
He was like, he couldn't think of an answer. So what they said was they figured out, oh, he's a vigilante. How you realize you brought a vigilante in here, right? But then the words are saying, he then formed a giant grin and chuckled. Who said I was a vigilante? And just ran through everyone and through the damn window and just decided to just say fuck it and land on the floor.
No, that would be what the Juggernaut would do.
So, but what happens throughout the fic is that he's trying to make it big as a villain again, because this is a clean slate. Nobody knows who he is. But while he does this, other villains start appearing from his universe, like Taskmaster and Bullseye. Which I'm gonna say right now, how they played Bullseye there was actually pretty funny. When I forgot which guy it was. I think it was the Eraserhead or something.
Aizawa?
There you go. He corners him in an empty building, and what happens is that Bullseye is right, falls next to like a stack of printer paper. He just creates an airplane, like he just creates like a paper plane, and he just tosses it at him. And the thing is, it doesn't just go straight at him like his usual stuff, like knives or like playing cards. It just casually just flies towards him, and he was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And then you see it written that it makes a loud crashing sound, and he looks to his right and he sees the paper airplane embedded into the concrete wall. And because of that, he's surprised that just tossing it got it to just embed itself into the wall. And apparently what Bullseye does is he just made a bunch of other paper airplanes and just let them fly all over the place, and he's trying to dodge every paper airplane before they could touch him. Because think about it, when you toss a paper airplane, it doesn't just go across the room like, say, if you were throwing a baseball. It gently floats in the air, and if it hits the wall, it crashes, right? But this is Bullseye. He can throw a marble at a guy's head, and he could kill him for one reason or another. He's killed a granny by deflecting a peanut off of a chair and having it land into her throat and making her choke to death.
Yep.
Now, imagine this. He knows that just throwing paper airplanes will hurt you. If these things are gently just gliding towards you, you'd be scared too if you're in an abandoned building with no way out of there. It's practically like, what's the best way to put it? It's practically like a bunch of tasers and cattle prods dangling in the air. Oh yeah, it's harmless by itself, but if you touch it, oh yeah, it's gonna hurt. Then later on, the Carnage symbiote invades MHA.
So it just goes from bad to
Interesting.
worse.
It goes from bad to worse because the Carnage symbiote invades. They think that the villains are behind it, but then they're like, "Oh hell no! Carnage is crazy. Not even we deal with that." And what happens is that the Carnage like symbiote invasion is so strong that Taskmaster is fighting a bunch of them right in front of a bunch of civilians, and this encourages them to use their quirks to help save themselves and others against the symbiote invasion. And at the end, Doctor Doom arrives with a bunch of other villains, saves the day, and now the entire universe is conquered by villains.
Oh wow.
That sucks.
And not even like bow before me kind of way. It's just that them taking over made everything work.
Okay then.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's very weird. It's very straightforward, but I like it because the fucking Juggernaut's in it.
I guess I think there's one I've been recently reading. It's sort of like a change.
It's really not too complex, but again, I like it. All you have to do is look up Juggernaut and with the My Hero Academia tag, and you'll find the fic really easily.
I guess we're talking about the villains in my hero. I've been reading recently one about Chainsaw Man.
So Alex, like, there was this one My Hero Academia fanfic called Torchbearer, where Izuku does end up with a quirk, but it's kind of but it's one based off of both his parents' quirks. I mean, you know how one of them can breathe fire, the other can attract objects to them. This attracts flames to Midoriya,
Okay.
which unfortunately seems like it's more harmful to him that and you seems more harmful to him than helpful. Well, and he and Bakugo's relationship ends up being far better off than it is in the actual canon.
Okay.
But do they kiss? But do they kiss? Said every
Please
fucking
No.
said
Unfortunately, this fic ends up being a dead one. Unsadly, much to my utter disappointment.
Yeah, I have a couple of Firefly fics that I like that are unfortunately no longer updated.
You'll find a lot of fanfics like that. But unfortunately,
there's a Harry Potter Dungeons and Dragons crossover fic that I really like, and then
that makes sense.
And then I get to the end of it, and the hasn't been updated in however many years thing.
Nobody.
Keeps increasing.
Every time you find a fic like that, make sure you save it right away because you never know when it's going to be deleted.
Oh yeah, no, I've got all kinds of stuff saved. I have a like a what if like a reread of the last two Harry Potter books saved.
I know a fic where Deadpool actually takes care of Harry Potter instead of the Dursleys.
Well, you were there when we read not the Macho Man one, and the one where he got adopted by the Rock, right?
Yeah, I thought that was fucking funny.
That was a great one. That's unfortunately dead too.
Oh, that's lame.
It doesn't matter.
Do you smell?
No.
Is cooking.
If you smell.
Oh my god.
I still remember that time where he asked the kid what he wants to say in the Dirty Attitude Era. The kid responds with, smell. La, 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 la. That got The Rock laughing his ass off.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a point in this Harry Potter and the Most Electrifying Man and fic where Harry says it's the biggest piece of dog shit I ever heard?
The meme.
I would hope so. It's actually been a while since I've read what exists of that.
Look up the one where Deadpool takes care of Harry. It's some bad shit.
I think I've actually read that one a little bit.
It's fucking insane, man. Like there's a moment where like Dr. Doom starts working in Hogwarts.
Is he the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher?
I believe so. And there was another one where fuck, what was his name? Not Dobby. The other guy, the
Creature?
student. No, not Creature. He's a student.
Oh, Neville.
Neville. Yeah, Neville Longbottom. There was a moment where because Harry decided to just buy a bunch of spare wands.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he gave one to Neville when his broke, but unfortunately, it sent him to Asgard instead by accident. And because of how long he spent there, he turned into this big hulking beefcake of a man and went back to Hogwarts as a big hulking beefcake of a man.
Would you say that he possessed the power of the Thor?
No,
I've lost interest.
there's another one. There's another fic. There's another one where the Saints Row cast crossover with Mass Effect.
I've had enough of your disingenuous assertions. Punch it.
I'm now imagining Commander Shepard as the boss of the Third Street Saints.
No, so what happens is that your character, well, like the custom character, is the friend of the boss. And what happens is that he got into a coma from the third game, but then he wakes up in time of the events of the fourth game. But because of something happening, I don't know what, I forget what, he is transported to the world of Mass Effect. And so he helps kind of sort of like with first game events, but then he helps get the Saints Row crew transport themselves to the Mass Effect universe.
Guys, before we go on, shall we have a moment of silence for our poor Donkey Kong of what he's about to experience?
No. Okay, what?
Okay, that was fun.
Okay.
They must immunite a frog. Frog.
Okay,
Frog cannot
I need
have
a
been
frog.
around for that long.
okay,
Look,
so Gizmo, you remember what
Oh, baby
you
guys, I gotta
remember
use your pantry to travel through time. I believe this is what my mother thought Doctor Who was for the longest time until we actually started watching the show.
wait, wait, are you serious or are you just
She
making
thought that
stuff
the
up?
TARDIS was a room that they went into, and then it traveled through time. And they was like, and you'd open the door, and then you'd go to a different place in time. And then
well, I mean, I kind of get
it's
why
not
she.
exactly. It's not the most incorrect interpretation of a
Yeah.
television series I've ever seen.
So
It's kind of accurate.
So Gizmo, oh, on Friday, Alex and I were having a brief little race on Project 06.
Eh.
And unfortunately, Alex did not have fun.
You're playing
I was
06,
having fun.
bro.
I just wasn't really
No, it's not. It's not based Sonic 06. It's Project 06.
You're still playing Sonic 06 at the end of the day.
Like better.
It's
You can put
Gizmo.
all these mods you want on Street Fighter V to make Chun-Li naked and Juri Han shoot a Hadouken instead of her
Not a
purple
mod,
flash. But at the end of the day, you're still playing Street Fighter V.
but it's not a mod.
Gizmo, you have no idea what this is, do you?
Sonic 06!
Sonic 06 isn't that bad of a game.
That's blasphemy, Alex.
Alex wrong. Alex take that.
I'm
Take it
Sonic
back.
06's strongest soldier.
And like
Look.
that, had quite a bit of your opinion on a number of movies as
No, that's
No merit.
Movies and games are different.
No.
Well, you know what they
I never
say.
said that I never said that the plot was good. That's fucking
Well, you know what they
stupid.
say. The enemy cannot push a button if you disable his hand.
Yeah, they can. It goes in their face.
Put your mouth on that wall.
As long as you got, as long as
You
you
know,
still.
I
The
think
enemy
at
cannot
one
have bad
point,
takes if you disable his mouth.
you know, the weird thing
Yeah,
is,
they can.
But what if they can type with their feet, sir? Put your foot on that wall. But, sir, they still have their nose. Put your nose on that wall.
That looks
But,
more like
sir, what if
Excalibur than Masamune, but sure.
But, sir, what if they have a companion with them? Put your girlfriend on that wall.
which wall, the Facebook one?
Sure.
So weirdly enough, I think back in the original N64 version, and when you went for this golden banana, you would have to do the entire Barrel Blast section again. I don't know if that was actually true. I'd have to look it up and find out, but it's like it just feels weird. Or how many things that the Wii U version has really changed. While it's not necessarily like, any major changes, just minor ones that actually make the game a bit better than it was on N64 somehow. So, Alex,
Uh-huh.
now
Last strike. Bum 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 bum.
should the bluest of beetles ever slice a bus in half?
Blue Beetle, you know what Blue Beetle needs to do?
Get
Blue
laid.
What does
Beetle
it need?
Blue Beetle needs to
Tracy.
not be in a terrible movie with George Lopez.
No, Gizmo. Here's the thing. Jaime does have a girlfriend.
Okay.
It's Tracy Thurston.
Okay.
So he technically can and probably has gotten laid.
Is she
Yeah,
as
he probably
thirsty? Is she as thirsty as her name implies?
I don't know
Is she as thirsty as Invincible's girlfriend? Comic
which
book,
one.
not comic book version.
No, I mean which
Not Adam Eve.
girlfriend? Okay then.
Jesus.
So we're talking original Amber.
Original blonde Amber.
I never read the comics, so I don't know.
Cyrus is having something unusual happen to him.
In other words, it's an average day in the life of some
What's the
rando.
matter? Are you not going to try your luck?
I think the one thing that threw me off the most in
Oh.
our stream of Metal Gear Solid.
Just moonwalk right off that edge.
The one thing that kind of threw me off the most in our stream, Metal Gear Solid, it was literally when Gray Fox was like, "Hurt me more," and I'm like, "I'm not your daddy."
More Snake. Hurt me more, dog. Whoa. Holy shit.
Colonel, I think this man's a little too kinky to be tortured. Don't be ridiculous, Snake. No one is that kinky. You not heard this man? He is literally telling me to hurt him. And now he is... Oh, Jesus Christ. What is he doing, Snake? He's in the Jacko pose. Snake, just shoot him. Shoot him right in the face.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with Frog, Marl, and Chrono for this.
Oh god, it's this one!
Otherwise, we don't have a healer, and Robo's not
Man,
that
I'm at the worst
great.
one.
Oh no!
Boy, am I glad that I have pause powers.
Yep.
Because fuck trying to do that legitimately.
Alright, I'm going to go back to a save point, and then I'm going to, call it for the night.
Call it. Alright.
Oh, god damn it. Guys, you're beneath us. We're going to kill you, like, immediately. See, you're not doing anything to us.
See, let me tell you a little something about Marcellus Wallace, Alex. Nobody is supposed to fuck Marcellus Wallace except for Mrs. Wallace.
Yeah. We should do a Tarantino binge someday.
Someday.
Tarantino tier list.
Glorious Bastards is one of my favorite movies.
Which is where we get some of our characterization of Mr. Hitler from in our
And I
Captain
also-
Rogers and the Wonder Woman.
Yeah. A bunch of Colonel Fury's dialogue is inspired by lines from Inglourious Bastards as well.
Read Captain Rogers and the Wonder Woman for further context.
And Captain America Project Rebirth. Aside, despite what that one guy who barely read it thought, it is not just a straight adaptation of Captain America the First Avenger. It is, in fact, a different story. Show me where Wolverine is in the original movie. Show me. He's not. He's not in the movie anywhere. Where's a save point? Do I need to go back to the end of time?
No, you want to know where...
Back time
No, Alex, if you want to know where Wolverine
run
is,
away.
he is taking a gigantic plow and is doing it to that one guy's mother.
Oh, okay.
No. And I don't mean like he's doing her. I mean he is plowing. He is just like he is using a plow out to a guy's fields called his mother.
Oh.
Oh boy. I love how most of Chunky Kong's face is all his mouth. Bonenner. Honky Dong. So so what we got from Funky Kong earlier was homing ammunition, which is very useful against enemies that just will not stand still.
Why are we seeing the moonwalking off the cliff scene again?
Because it's important to the plot, Alex.
Have you guys seen the third trailer for Suicide Squad Isekai yet?
No.
No, I'm vaguely interested in that, but I'm also vaguely concerned as well.
I have no interest in it.
Darcy, no.
It's an Isekai and Suicide Squad. Two things are
Yeah.
not
The Suicide Squad are isekai into a fantasy world, or that's about all they're gonna give us. Thank God.
Look, man, I'm sorry. I don't give a shit about the Suicide Squad anymore.
I feel like the Justice League would have been a better choice for that, but, you know.
Yeah,
Or the Titans.
Teen Titans, that would have been a really good... And actually, didn't they have a few of those episodes?
Not really. It's more like the Justice League turn into medieval versions of themselves. Or like it's only a select few Justice
No, I meant
League
for
members.
the Titans.
Titans, no.
Huh.
Titans Isekai or Titans going anime?
We shall slay the Fiend Lord and reclaim this entire world.
Well, that some people don't know about how Donkey Kong. He has the meanest. He could rear up the meanest donkey punch.
Of course you can.
Flamma?
Yes, Bonano Slammo.
Here comes Banana Slammer Donkey Kong.
They probably should have watched that
Part
show. One of
of
these
the only
days.
reason why I know that show's theme song somewhat is because of Pro Jared's review on it.
Yeah, me too.
I forgot he reviewed it.
I'm just not curious.
I'm just like, why would you put yourself through this mess?
Why not? So bad it's good. The later seasons, anyway.
I mean, when your animation looks worse than it did in the previous season.
That was the first time they did 3D anything, so they had an excuse.
Well, yeah, but their animation got worse as the show got on.
Budget cuts.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And then there was
Those are
that
some
one
weird
time.
fucking songs too.
Then there was that.
Eyes. Take it back.
Yeah.
Take
The
me
mirror
back
never lies.
where I came from.
Crystal coconuts.
Something funny. The mirror never lies skit. Someone in the comment section literally put their own lyrics in about how Donkey Kong used to be top tier in Smash.
Huh.
When was he ever top tier?
Like you see comments of Donkey Kong singing "How Can This Be?" I used to be top tier, number 23.
That's not top tier.
It's top tier for all I care. Don't even go there.
I don't see Donkey Kong being used in Final Destination.
What'd I just say? Don't go there.
Why not?
Because I have to go through how tier lists work. Then I have to explain why certain characters remain on a tier list, why they went down a tier, why they went up a tier, why they keep going back and forth in tiers. Put it up my butt.
I mean, I know
Well,
that you're.
I think I'm gonna end it for this session.
Yep.
All right, so next time on Danky Kang 64, we will be hopefully finishing Fungi Forest. So look forward to that. Until then, bye, everybody.
See ya.
See y'all later. I'm actually
Bye-bye.
just gonna, real quick, I'm gonna save state this again. Because I don't trust
And-
myself.